are looking live at Fleming Island High School, Randy Warren Stadium. They call it the Rock. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunshine State Broadcasting's presentation of Friday Night Lights on SSB, a district battle in Class 5A District 3 between the Ponte Vedra Sharks and the Fleming Island Golden Eagles. BP alongside David Wells, who will be with us in just a second as we finish getting squared away here. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. On Facebook and X at SSBJax, and on Instagram at SSB.Jax. Let's take a look at the two teams tonight from Fleming Island High School. This is a pivotal district matchup, a 1-0 team on each side. Can you hear me, David?
I can.
Okay, good.
You're sounding great, BP.
There we go. We're back. This is David. We are underway here. And we'll get to our quick pregame show, the speed version, 2-minute offense, as it were, as the captains come to center field. So last week, David, Ponte Vedra blew past Menendez 40-0. No questions asked there. It's their biggest margin of victory this season. It's the first shutout they've pitched this year. Senior quarterback Drew Price throws 148 yards on 10 completions, a pair of touchdowns. He ran for 60 and a touchdown. Cam Teets did his part to keep the secondary busy, picking up 80 receiving yards of his own. So, David, a solid performance last week from the Sharks, but they face a much different defense this week in Fleming Island. What do they need to do to stop Fleming Island's defense from putting them in a hole?
Absolutely. When you think of Fleming Island's defense, you think of their linebacker play. They have 4 excellent linebackers here at Fleming Island. When it comes to their 2 outside guys in Van Hoff and Rogers, their 2 inside guys in Keofi and Witt. And we hope those 2 guys are very solid in the interior play, can tackle this running back that they have for Ponte Vedra. Brian Case has been the player of the week here in St. Johns County a couple times over now, and he's going to be one of the focal points of this offense along with this passing game and quarterback. So if they can hold this Fleming Island defense and these linebackers at bay, we're looking for that quarterback and running back to have a good game.
So Ponte Vedra's defense, speaking of that, they spent a lot of time in the backfield as well. They got 7 sacks last week. Heavy lifting was done by Riker Kemp and Martin Geary. They racked up 5 sacks between the 2 of them. But Sebastian Broughton is no slouch in the backfield. What's Ponte Vedra going to need to do to keep up with him should he decide to take off and run tonight?
So the number one thing with Sebastian Broughton is he likes to step up into passing lanes. As soon as defensive ends pursue too wide, he's going to step up and around them to get not only upfield but can also trace the sideline and throw the ball downfield. He's very good at keeping plays alive.
Absolutely. So remind you, we are live at Randy Warren Stadium tonight. Friday Night Lights on SSB. Happy you're joining us this evening. Follow us on social media, would you, on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Don't forget to hit that Sunshine State Broadcasting, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that button, hit the notification button. Let us know that you are here, and we will let you know where we are. You can also go to our website, ssbjax.com, where we have a complete event schedule for the rest of the football season just updated for you as well. You can find out when our next broadcast will be. Golden Eagles coming off a bye week. So they didn't really have anything going on last week, just to sit back and chill after they dismantled Orange Park. They notched their first district win since 2021. That's
big.
Massive.
That's very big.
The psyche of this team. Yeah, I would tend to agree, right, Dave? That's huge for them.
Well, when you're coming into play a quarterback that's experienced, his senior year, throwing over 533 passing yards and 4 touchdowns thus far, you want some time to prepare for that offense. You want to see what this guy might do differently. He has years of film on him to watch, and as long as you can find ways to not only pressure him but put him into situations where he's uncomfortable, that's how you can knock a senior quarterback down a few pegs.
On the season for Fleming Island, senior quarterback Sebastian Broughton thrown for 350 yards on 18 completions, just 2 touchdowns, but where he makes the difference is that running and scrambling capability. He's just behind Demir Jackson with 225 yards on 34 carries. Ponte Vedra, though, they've been sack happy. How important is establish the line of scrimmage going to be tonight and being aware of where your mobile quarterback is, David?
Well, being aware of the mobile quarterback's always been huge. This is how, when you play man coverage, everybody runs off to one side, and all of a sudden there's a gigantic lane to run through. You know, in high school football especially, linebackers and defensive linemen struggle to keep quarterbacks within the pocket, and if defenders' eyes aren't on the quarterbacks, that's how these long runs end up happening.
Fleming Island won the toss. They've elected to defer the option to the second half. We'll get to our keys to the game in just a minute here as Parker Sertiman lines up to kick. This could be an interesting kickers duel tonight because both teams have very talented place kickers.
Yeah, that beachside game was won by the Ponte Vedra kicker in a last-second fashion, so there's going to be a lot of great kicking in this one as Parker Sermon sends his first of many touchbacks back, hopefully today.
Touchback number 1 on the day. That'll spot Ponte Vedra at their own 20-yard line. Coming in at quarterback, number 2, the senior, Drew Price.
So Price will be flanked by, it'll be Brian Case. He'll be one of the better running backs in the area, and a strong runner that likes to bounce things slightly to the outside, but we'll get north and south.
First down and 10. Underway here in this district matchup. Price takes a snap. He will fake the handoff, run himself. Very similar quarterback styles both Ponte Vedra and Fleming Island have, and instantly we have our first penalty flag of the game. Let's check out the call as the laundry comes on the field here. The give was to Brian Case, the senior. He's listed at 6 feet, 200 pounds. And we have a face mask call against Fleming Island. So that'll be a first down for Ponte Vedra. And David, this is not what they want to do already against a pretty talented team.
Yeah, the instant penalties. They have a stop there. You know, they're setting the tone on defense, and all of a sudden you're going to give them 15 free yards. Now, they don't have the back end to be able to survive off this. You know, you're hoping for 3 and outs. You're hoping for run stops. You're hoping to put them into bad situations because you have young defensive backs or defensive backs that don't quite have enough speed to contend with the outside receivers from Ponte Vedra.
First down at 10 off the penalty. Price throws a floater. That's it looked like a dead duck, but it's a dime and it's incomplete. He was not in bounds. Referee says he was just off the sidelines there. So a nice floater though. Now there is a bit of a breeze today left over from Hurricane Helene that blew through the state of Florida, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the broadcast, but that's not severe wind. It's slightly breezy. It's very comfortable outside, but I imagine those passes will hang up occasionally if they're not thrown on a road.
And not getting your Thursday walkthrough or your Friday pre-practice stuff, it does mess with you a little bit, not having those opportunities to prepare for the game.
Price will give the Case over left tackle. He busts through a couple of yards, might have gotten 4 or 5 on the play.
So they are an inside and outside zone team. So that's the inside zone. You're going to feature a lot of interior double teams, and then the outside zone is everybody stepping in unison to the outside. So they're going to run those 2 plays probably more commonly than any other.
Third down now, and about 6. Ball rests at the 39-yard line. Actually, no, it's more the 44. Slide a man in motion.
Quad formation, likely run.
Get a snap. Price will try to run an option, and he does not get what he needs for the first down. The gang green does what they need to do and gets a stop. That brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that was the most modern version of the student body right. All 4 offensive options, all to the right of the quarterback. That means there's 2 guys in the line of scrimmage on the same side, meaning one's ineligible. You're not going to run a pass play with an ineligible receiver. So whenever you see quads, think run.
So 4th down, the punting unit comes on. So David, give me some keys to the game for Ponte Vedra tonight.
Well, giving the ball to Kane as much as possible, making sure you're testing the tackling of this Fleming Island defense, specifically in their secondary. David Smith's had a good season so far, but this has been by far his best 2-game stretch that he's ever put together. So you'd want to see a couple tests of this secondary with Kane, and making sure you contain Sebastian Broughton would probably be their number 1 priority.
Get to some keys on my side in just a minute. That is Sebastian Cruz receiving the punt. Comes across the 20 to about the 25, gets up to the 30, 35, and he eventually can't toe tap anymore. And that will be a first down. Golden Eagles, they get the stop on defense, and that's what they need to do all night. My keys to the game for Ponte Vedra, they need to get back in the backfield and be a menace tonight, David. They have got to get Sebastian Broughton thinking, because when he thinks, he maybe overthinks. He's got a lot of speed and a lot of ability to get out of the pocket, but if they can do that all night long, that will be tiresome for him. They also need to win on the line of scrimmage. They haven't done that just yet, first series, but if they can win the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense tonight, they will have control of this game, because Fleming Island has a tendency to have that breakdown on the front 7. First down and 10 for Sebastian Broughton, coming off the bye week. He'll get a give to Demir Jackson. The wrecking ball pops through for a good 4, actually about 3 yards on the play, and Jackson, boy, can run hard when he gets downhill.
Absolutely. I would consider him the most run-angry, most violent player on Fleming Island's team. He has reckless abandon coming out here. He has no regard for the well-being of any of these defenders. He's a low down, run it down your throat kind of running back, and coaches love that when it's working.
We apologize if the audio sounds a little echoey. We'll get to fixing that in a minute. Jackson up the middle, big run. First down across the 50 to about the 48-yard line.
So that's the way you beat Ponte Vedra, is defending the middle here. They don't have the same size in the interior defensive line that Fleming Island's going to have, so this middle run game is going to be very important. Their linebackers 9 and 20. They're bigger, longer guys, but they're not strong enough to keep up with interior offensive linemen.
So first down for Fleming Island. Brought in shotgun, steps up into the pocket, and he gets wrapped up. That's a sack, and that's what I was talking about. Get in the backfield and be a menace.
That'll be number 51, Riker Kemp there, one of the highlighted defensive ends in BP's version of the pregame show. He's talked a little bit about how successful and how productive they are. Just from the eye test, these guys are long, athletic, and get off the ball. So there's 2 defensive ends for Ponte Vedra that'll really get after the quarterback.
Second down and 15. Ball back in negative territory for Fleming Island. Broughton give a snap to Jackson. Tries to set the edge. They don't do that successfully. Ponte Vedra gets back there, and that's it for a loss.
And Ponte Vedra is loading the box, keeping one safety deep. They want to make sure they have this run game squashed before it gets going. They know that Ponte Vedra needs the run game to operate its RPOs and play-action passing game.
Third down and long now for Fleming Island.
Yeah, if you're Fleming Island, you're hoping for a mental mistake here. You're either targeting Trace Burney down the field. Hopefully he gets into one-on-one coverage. In fact, there will be a linebacker lined up over Trace Burney here in the slot.
Spread out the formation, 4 wide. They'll send Jackson out as a 5th receiver. Broughton takes it himself, spins, and they've got him right at the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a yard on that play, and that's going to do it. And we've got some tussle in the back of the play here. That is Damiano DeSteno, the senior, in the backfield of the secondary.
Getting a little feisty. He pinned that DB to the ground right in front of the official, but no flag, no call, just making sure there's a tone of physicality set early in this game. We like that until the yellow comes out.
4th down for Fleming Island. Sertivant's punt in the air.
Gonna take a good roll.
Bounce, roll over the 20, all the way down inside the 10. They'll get that down right about the 7-yard line. 6:27 to go in the first quarter.
Biggest play of the game right there so far. Nice punt.
So an exchange of punts. Each team had the ball once. Not a lot of offense there. A couple of bright spots. And now it looks like we'll take the mandatory water break here with 6:27 to go. And we'll take a brief timeout. We'll stay here, but we'll be back with you in just a minute right here on Friday Night Lights on SSB. First down and 10 for Ponte Vedra. They'll run a couple of yards on that first down play. Brings up second down. Again, we apologize for any echo you might be hearing, sort of reverb here. We're Got some brand new equipment we're trying to get working here. Stand by with us. We'll get that fixed for you as soon as we possibly can. But a vast improvement over last week, I'm going to say. Price with a give, hitting the backfield. And Brian Case goes absolutely nowhere. A.J. Witt with another back in the backfield to tackle.
All right, we're looking at a few substitutions here for Ponte Vedra. They're going to bring in a couple of receivers to try to match personnel here on this 3rd and long. We're hoping that they can throw the ball down the field here. Really tight safety look from Fleming.
Drops back to pass, throws in the flat. That's incomplete.
Nice pressure there by Nate Van
That's going to
Hoff.
bring up 4th down again.
Nate Van Hoff and Keofi over there in the backfield, making sure that twist game works out pretty well. Linebacker twists in with the defensive end. Both end up in the backfield. That's exactly the result you want for Fleming Island if you're their defensive coordinator. All right, back here we're going to have Sebastian Cruz and Bernie to return this punt. One's going to end up lead blocking for the other. Let's see if they can pop one here.
High snap on the punt. Great kick. That's going to sit Cruz backpedaling. He's got to be careful with that one lest he touch it, and it's going to get down about the 36-yard line of Fleming Island, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, you're hoping on that one you've watched a little bit of tape on the punter or the kicker, and that your special teams coach has set you up on a decent yard line to return the kick at. That was a phenomenal boot. You know, that might have been the best of his career there. Even so, you need to know that that kicker has that ability to make that kind of punt. That could have been a 20 or 30-yard return there quite easily.
So nothing doing on either side of the ball right now to start things off. No score here with 5:04 left to go in the 1st quarter. Happy you're joining us. Broughton steps back to pass. He'll throw, and that is caught. And there he goes, Trace Burney into the open field, gets a blocker, avoids the block in the back, across to the 30, to the 25. That's a step out, we'll call him out there about the 26-yard line, and the speedster has done his thing.
Now you can say this about Ponte Vedra's defense. They are a structurally sound defense. They play great schematically, and they're in the right position almost all the time. But if you get them in open space with athletes, they're likely to lose. In that situation there, Trace Burney found a lane and was just working hip angles the entire time. Got an extra 15, maybe 20 yards because they're not athletic enough to turn, flip, and tackle.
First down and 10 for the Golden Eagles after the Trace Burney grab. Broughton gives to Demir Jackson, finds a hole. Great blocking by the offensive line. Jackson muscles his way down to the 15-yard line.
Best part about this drive is they're taking so much time off the clock, keeping the ball out of that Ponte Vedra offense's hands, making sure they take down most of the 1st quarter here.
Another first down for Fleming Island as the Eagle Band 1 gets fired up over there.
Yeah, phenomenal energy in this place.
Broughton fakes to Jackson. Throws over the middle. That is caught. Yes, they're going to give a catch there. Boy, that was a tough grab. And give it to number 13, Oliver Pachata. Boy, he's got some sure hands.
That was a great catch for sure there. There was a wide open option in the flat there. A very easy completion that likely would have gotten similar yardage there. But the contorting throw, the across the field shot, and a great catch there. So still moves to change. You know, it's still completion in the book. Likely a hammer run by Jackson here.
First down and goal. Flips it out to Burney. Burney gets into traffic, makes a 6-step, stretches it out, and that's a Fleming Island touchdown. give it to our first worldwide automotive touchdown on the night.
Oh, an excellent play there. Jukes him out of his shoes.
Having
and
served
reaches
Clay
that
County
ball
for
over.
18
What an
years.
athletic, not only play to make it on your own in open field, but just to stretch that thing over the plane of the goal line. Phenomenal job.
He's a serious talent over there.
It's a one-man show.
Absolutely. Waiting to see that all year.
Extra point is good by Parker Silverman, and Golden Eagles lead Ponte Vedra 7-0 with
7-0 score.
3.5 minutes to go.
That
in the
kick is
first
good.
quarter.
Take a quick timeout and be right back.
For 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, valves, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Fleming Island kicks away. Sebastian Cruz's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. That's 2. 7-0 lead for Fleming Island right now with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight on Sunshine State Broadcasting. Again, we apologize for any audio issues that you may be experiencing right now. This is not a robot. This is an actual person. Bear with us as we continue to tinker with a couple of settings to clear up my dulcet tones. Ponte Vedra back on offense. They've punted 2 straight times on possessions. Good snap. Drop back to pass. Throws over the middle. That is caught, but immediately tackled. Sebastian Cruz with great pursuit. No, they're going to say he did not have possession. So incomplete. A great heads-up tackle by Sebastian Cruz to dislodge the ball.
We're getting a little exotic here on the defensive line for Fleming Island. That was Nate Van Hoff covering the running back out there. You know, he said, hey, you have the outside leverage on him. If he runs out, go cover him. And all of a sudden, the number one option on that play taken away by never not working Nate Van Hoff.
Also known as the Vanaconda, but that depends on who you're talking to. Second down and 10, Ponte Vedra. Snap back, give. Case over left tackle. Runs into a Fleming Island defender, and that's about 2 yards.
Yeah, don't see the
Third down, Ponte
physicality.
Vedra, and this is territory that I'm sure they're not used to being in after dominating Menendez last week.
Yeah, don't see the physicality out of Ponte Vedra they were built into for this game. They're supposedly the bigger unit up front, and the deciding factor was going to be this running game, but this is going to have to rely on the shoulders of the quarterback.
Drops back, runs into pressure, tries to set a screen, can't get a hold of it. Incomplete, and another 3 and out for the Golden Eagle defense.
Yeah, I want to talk about an ideal start for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles. Other than that face mask penalty to start the game, I think that they've been doing phenomenal as far as matching the receivers in man-to-man and tackling this running back in open space.
Turning for Fleming Island are Cruz and Bernie.
All right,
Sebastian Cruz and Trace Burney back deep.
so they're going to set up an extra couple yards deeper now. I can tell they're about 5 to 6 yards deeper. Now let's see if they can get this to Cruz in space or Burney is a lead blocker.
Good snap, get that punt off. Another great kick, a little wobblier. Cruz will let this one bounce. He'll field it on the hop, get across the 40, down to the 45-yard line, kind of dangerous territory to be in there, but Sebastian Cruz will get some sure hands and sure yards.
It's the confidence in being able to catch the kick even when you're still on the move. It's such a learned skill that you have to practice and refine and get used to. It's okay to throw a hand up there, but if you practice that skill, you're going to become better and better as a returner, and it's something he's going to be asked to do at the next level of college football as well.
So first down again for the Fleming Island offense. Sebastian Broughton's already marched down the field with the team. 2:41 to go in the first quarter, and 7-0 ball game.
They're continuing to match a linebacker on the slot receiver here, which could be an excellent matchup for Bernie in the future.
Broughton throws that slant route, tries to find a blocker, can't get to the line of scrimmage. I like where the play was going, but Bernie, he's a guy that you got to have in open space and get him moving, and he has to make a decision on where to run through traffic. He's not going to really be as successful as you want.
And that middle tunnel screen is an excellent play call. I think they should refer back to it, but it is more of a blitz beater than it is an open field play.
Second down and 11. Broughton will wait, get a signal. Get a snap, fakes it, pulls it out there, tries to turn the corner. He does, scoots upfield, gets about 12, maybe 13 yards on that one, and there he goes, Sebastian Broughton with the run.
Yeah, you just know it when you see it. That extra level of burst that shows you that I'm a Division I caliber of athlete. It's that athleticism and foot quickness to make easier plays, make difficult plays look easier. You know, that's a 6-yard run that probably should have been caught in the backfield, but he's just that athletic and that slippery.
First down and 10. Broughton will get a play from the sidelines. Give over to Jackson. Jackson gets a couple of yards over left tackle. Solid run, brings up second down.
Here Jackson with the run for a couple of yards. That brings us to a second down.
We're looking about inside of 1:30 here. Fleming Island might take a 14-0 lead if all goes well on this drive. You know, you really want to capitalize here and put your foot on the gas.
Second down and about 8 to go. Ball rests at the 40-yard line.
Bernie on a linebacker. Here we go.
Get a snap, flare that out to Bernie. Gets the screen, crosses the 35.
Yeah, that backer couldn't even put a hand on him. It's just the size mismatch. At that point, this guy is supposed to be on the inside playing against the run, and he's split out. You know, Bernie easily has 30 pounds less weight to move around, plus he's more explosive of a guy. He's going to be able to take this deep if given the opportunity.
So third down and about 2 to go.
And they will flip the linebacker to the other side.
They'll put trips to the right. Jackson over at sidecar to the right of Broughton. Get a snap. Jackson will not get that, and Broughton will get it. And he's going to push his way over, and I think he has enough for the first down, and they're going to say yes.
Sebastian Broughton keeps the ball.
It's picking up a minute to go
It's
here
a Fleming Island
in the first quarter,
down.
and that's a first down.
It looks like we're going to have a Ponte Vedra player down here.
We got an injured player here. Can't see who that is. It looks like it's number 50. Looks like Martin Geary, the senior defensive tackle for Ponte Vedra, down, injured on the play. We'll keep it right here.
All right, looking at a minute left in this first quarter. You know, it's been an excellent opportunity for us here at Sunshine State Broadcasting to be able to use the Fleming Island atmosphere, the Rock, and the games that they have here for us. The opportunity to broadcast your Fleming Island faithful and these Ponte Vedra Sharks as well. So we thank Travis Cunningham for the opportunity to be here, and Mr. Chevy's Wings for being one of the best sponsors we have, as well as Worldwide Automotive, amongst many others that are looking to support us and help our media organization take up off the ground. We're looking for an excellent rest of this game here with a minute left in the first quarter.
He said Chubbies. Got my attention right away.
Woo.
Clock under a minute now here in this first quarter. 7-0. 5 wide receivers right now for Sebastian Broughton. They'll drop back, scans the field, will roll out of pressure. Here they come. He'll take a step forward. That stab step is ugly. He's got a wide open receiver into traffic though. Bounces right out of his hands, incomplete. That was a surefire touchdown. But hey, not exactly what you draw it up. Good pressure by Ponte Vedra to get into the backfield. And this is what we talked about at the top of the broadcast, David. If you can get Broughton into situations where he's forced to make a decision, he normally will make a good one if he's got a receiver wide open. That one was 50-50.
That one hit him right between the 1 and the 4, to be honest. That should have been a touchdown 10 times out of 10. He's throwing it between 2 defenders, 40 yards down the field. The hardest part of that was done by Sebastian Broughton. You just got to make that catch and score that easy touchdown. Easy is not the right word there, but it should have been a catch and a score.
4 wide now, 2nd down and 10. Gonna snap, Broughton throws, that's caught. Surefire shot to Oliver Pachota. Gets it to 3rd down and about 4. Coming up on 17 seconds and counting here. This may be the final play of the quarter as Broughton's group is taking their sweet time here. And again, Fleming Island doesn't have a digital play clock, so your guess is as good as ours. We'll take a commercial timeout right after this end of quarter here. So with that being said, 7-0 with 1 quarter in the books, a little closer than I thought it would be right now with these 2 explosive offenses. We'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have the 2nd quarter of Friday Night Lights on SSB live from Randy Warren Stadium at the Rock. Stay right here.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on SSB. BP alongside David Wells. Happy you're with us in a 7-0 ball game as the sun sets here. Breeze is rather delightful in this part of Florida tonight. Of course, we are thinking of our friends and families across the southeast right now being impacted by Hurricane Helene that hit here late last night. Broughton swings it out. It's kind of that sidearm toss to Bernie, who avoids defender, gets upfield. He's going to get to the 10, makes a move, and that's going to be another Fleming Island touchdown.
Wow, a phenomenal individual effort by Trace Bernie there. Sebastian Broughton, a little sidearm throw, but all Trace Bernie there in the open field. Makes 2 guys miss and scores on that nice swing pass.
That's the 3rd or 4th time they've tried to run that play, and this time the desired result was achieved. I can't even speak now. I was so stunned by that play. The desired result achieved.
Well, looking at 13 going on 14-0, this is an excellent result so far for Fleming Island. One of the toughest tests in the division we thought going into the year was going to be Ponte Vedra. Of course, this one's far from over, but great result so far.
Parker Serdeman takes the extra point through, and with 11:48 to go in the first half, Fleming Island 14, Fleming Island nothing. I can't speak. Did I just say that backwards, David? I can't talk.
Well, of course tonight is going to be.
Listen, it's been a challenging week this week because you're on hurricane duty at the house, not expecting anything major to happen in the house. But when you have aged parents, you want to make sure that they're okay. And the power did go out. The generator had to come on and flip, and
a lot of sleepless nights for a lot of the folks I've been working with today. Yeah, this is not the easiest of ways to go about your casual Friday night.
No, it's been a little weird. So anyway. Fleming Island 14, Ponte Vedra nothing here. 11:48 to go in the half. As soon as I unscrew the bolts in my head, we'll be good to go. Send this up. He's 2 for 2 on touchbacks this evening. See if he can make it a hat trick already. I'm surprised right now, Ponte Vedra not generating the offense that we've seen, and this one is going to get hung up, and we'll get a return here, and then stopped immediately at the 20-yard line. So it kind of works like a touchback with the good coverage, and the Sharks will start off.
To me, this is the first game that Fleming Island has more athletes on the field than the opposing team. This is definitely a faster built Fleming Island team, and they want to play with speed. They want to be in your backfield. They want to run around you instead of through you. So a matchup that was much more custom built to Fleming Island than I thought coming in.
So far, Ponte Vedra has not done much to penetrate past the 50. They've punted on every possession. Get a snap. Give. Actually, they're going to whistle that one dead. Looks like we've got a procedure penalty here.
Of course, tonight is going to be Ben Johnson night, so the student section is decked out in their blue. One of the former athletes here at Fleming Island that they're commending his memory. A great athlete here, apparently a better young man, and they honor him here as one of their heroes in the athletic community here at Fleming Island.
So false start backs him up 1st and 15. Spread the formation out. They'll have 4 wide. Get a snap. Steps up. Takes it himself. Got a running lane, and that's what he does. Number 2, Drew Price, the senior.
Now, a most effective play for the game for them.
Case in the backfield, actually, having a trouble.
That
was 2.
That will be 2. That won't be Price. One of their most effective plays of the day was making those linebackers spread out to defend the run in this quarterback draw, and then all of a sudden that quarterback has a full head of steam into the secondary.
First down after the about 17-yard gain. Ball sits at the 32. He'll get a snap, fakes the handoff. Steps down, that is over the middle and incomplete. And David Doherty was probably thinking about catching the ball first and then running, but just off the fingertips.
Well, number 19,
stretch for that one.
Number 19, David Fuentes, is playing safety right now for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, and he got sucked up by that play-action pass fake, and all of a sudden he has to get back into his middle third, which he vacated to try to come up and run support. Almost a huge play there for Ponte Vedra.
2nd down. Get a snap they'll give this time, and nope. They like to run that zone play, and at this point, Price was hit immediately. Actually call it a loss on the play of about 1.5 yards. 3rd down and long.
Nice hit by Cohen there. Number 4, middle linebacker for them, serves as their enforcer in the middle along with Witt. Really, they have the same responsibilities along the interior portion of that defense, but great tackle there. And right now, he's going to be supported as the only man in the middle.
3rd down and 12. Ball sits at the 30. Split a man in motion. Drops back. Looks, got a man in the flat that's caught right at the 1st down marker. And it looks like he does have enough for a Ponte Vedra 1st down.
That was
after being stalled in the first couple of drives, Ponte Vedra is moving.
So creative motion there. You motioned out of bunch and forced some quick communication. And normally when you force quick communication, you see off-man coverage. So that motion forces the Fleming Island to adjust, make a quick decision, and all of a sudden that completion gets a lot easier.
Ball to 44.
Oh, here comes that off-man coverage again.
Gives the case. Wiggles his way through the defense. Gets across the 45 into Fleming Island territory. It's enough for another Ponte Vedra first down.
So they like this look. So far, Fleming Island aligns 2 high safeties to it, and then motioning again brings another person out of the box so they can run whenever they run out of this motion bunch look.
Under 10 minutes to go here in this half. Price kind of hard counted.
We got 1-on-1 to the top of your screen, number 8 versus number 10. Got Chase Donaldson 1-on-1.
Get a snap, drops back, throws deep into single coverage. That is incomplete, just in and out of the hands of his intended target. That was a wide open throw, just about at the right spot.
That was that matchup I was talking about. It's that Chase Donaldson 1-on-1, the deeper portion of the field. It's definitely one thing in high school football you'll see quite a bit is corners being put on an island 1-on-1.
I would imagine they're going to go back to that again. 2nd down and 10 from the 45.
Fleming Island will roll with the same coverage yet again here.
The snap, right up the middle. A couple of yards on that play, does Brian Case.
It's how much do you trust your quarterback and outside receiver to have connections down the field like that. It's not as easy as throw the ball deep and hopefully he catches it. Everything has to be in time. Everything has to be in rhythm. The location of the ball, where he's supposed to be, the distance from the numbers to the sideline that the player's going to be in time, in rhythm, and around the defensive back.
3rd down now and 7 from the 42. Puts the foot in the ground, quarterback draw all the way. And he'll run again for another Ponte Vedra first down. So they've done a pretty good job of sealing off those middle runs, David. But when the quarterback draw comes into play, a pass pro throws back, that Red Sea parts, and next thing you know, Case is running up the field.
And those linebackers fly out of the box trying to get to their pass lane assignments, and all of a sudden the Seas part, just like you say, and the quarterback has that lane and momentum to run through that second level.
So first down from the 35. Coming up on 8.5 minutes to go in a 14-0 game. Ponte Vedra has not found the end zone and has not found much past the 50. Another one up, and that's going to get floated in there, and that is caught. And there's the dime.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. You saw that one-on-one matchup at the screen. They tried it once. It didn't work. They think it's a 50-50 ball, so if it's a 50-50, might as well try it twice. You'll get one.
Cam Tizzi with the catch. 1st and goal now for the Sharks. This is the deepest penetration they've had tonight against Fleming Island. It's their first red zone trip.
Now, they might not have the athletic advantage, but they do have the height advantage for sure. These receivers are towering over these corners, so look for a possibility of goal line fades if these middle plunging runs don't work out.
Coming up on 8 minutes here. Gives it to Case. Breaks a couple of tackles and then gets hit right at the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
As tight a space as you can operate in if you're Fleming Island. You don't have the biggest of bodies here to stop this interior run. All these splits for the offensive linemen of Ponte Vedra are going to cut down here just so they can power through and get this short touchdown run.
From the 1. Quick give, bounces out. Pushes his way into the end zone. That's a Ponte Vedra touchdown.
Used a little bit of motion there to get some momentum going for the fullback. He kicks out the defensive end, and the entire offensive line crashes down. A nice interior run there by Ponte Vedra and a quick score.
Brian Case with the 1-yard touchdown muscles his way in there. And the Sharks are on the board. It's 7:21 to go here in the half, which has been mostly dominated by Fleming Island right now. Defense has been the story. This is their first breakthrough of that defense. First time they've been able to sustain a drive. Ash. Blocked.
The extra point is blocked by Fleming
Sophomore
Island.
kicker has his extra point attempt returned to sender. And in a close game like this, David, I would imagine that may come to haunt them later.
We have been hoping for a Jarius Rogers special teams play for a while. The stud defensive end outside linebacker for Fleming Island also plays on 4 core special teams units as a kickoff return blocker, as a kickoff return specialist, as a punt specialist, as a gunner, and as a punt block guy. And in this time, he's in a field goal block team rushing up the middle. So the number of special teams plays that he's involved in, eventually something big like this was going to happen. Great to see it in a big district game like this. All right, looks like the kick returners for Fleming Island might have lined up on the wrong side of the field. You know, that's quite funny. But now we're looking at a kickoff return situation for both Bernie and Sebastian Cruz and see if they can notch one with a couple extra return yards here.
Okay, I think we've killed the Decepticons out of our audio. Thank you. Now we're cooking with gas. Kick is away. That's a touchback.
Kick off by Noah Ash into the end zone.
So the
Golden
kicker
Eagles
battle
take the ball
tonight,
at the 20.
I think that's going to be interesting because we have 2 really good field goal kickers in Noah Ash and Parker Sertivan. And it's already tight in this first half. We'll have to see how the second half goes. But I don't want to give the old announcer jinx here, but this may come down to a kicker at this point doing something. I'm not going to say it's necessarily a field goal kick to win the game, but a special teams play may likely have the edge here.
Now, normally you say it's that nobody knows the kicker until it's the most important moments of the game. But here, we actually have quite a few moments of these kickers. We have a 50-yard field goal from Sertivan. We have a game winner from the Ponte Vedra kicker as well. So you're right. It's going to come down to key moments like special teams plays.
There's Demir Jackson. Finds a hole. He's cut up. He's across the 50 to the 45 to the 40, accelerating to the 45. Sheds a tackler. Gets all the way down to about the 21-yard line. Demir Jackson with another big run for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles.
You know, that might not have been the best tackle in the world, but it was a great effort play by 44 in Ponte Vedra, Robert Gilveri. He was there chasing down that play from opposite formation. Might have missed him, but slowed him down just enough to make that tackle. But an excellent run by Jackson, one of the team's focal points here. He's going to get subbed out for a quick breather when we see a new running back in for Fleming Island.
Looks like that might be Brady Dingman in. Also very sure-handed. Huge run by Jackson to start this drive. They will fake it. Broughton will try to run around. They didn't set the edge very well on that one. Ponte Vedra will usher him out after no gain on the play.
Well, trying to figure out where Sebastian Broughton's going is a tough task, no matter what. So we look at Sebastian Broughton, and we see one of the slipperiest guys in all of Duval County, Clay County, St. John's, all of Jacksonville, really. One of the best athletes around. So whether you're his own offensive lineman or a defender trying to tackle him, it's almost impossible to know where that play is going to end up.
2nd down and 10. Just outside of the red zone. Ball sitting at the 21-yard line. We'll get a snap. Broughton scans, finds a run lane. He runs right into a Ponte Vedra defender. He was trying to slip past him, and wisely turning around was number 48, Robbie Greco, the senior defensive end, made a bold move there and wrapped up the worm before he could go downfield.
All right, we're going to look at here for a long 3rd down situation. You go from having such a promising drive to being backed up into these key moments here. You got to stay in field goal range and yet have an opportunity to try for this 1st down.
3rd down and long here. 3rd down and 15, actually, from the 26. Lollipop snap. Broughton dropping back. They want to throw a screen. It's not happening. Broughton's got to run upfield, take his blockers with him. Squirts through. He's coming across the field. He needs one more block. He's not going to get a 1st down, but boy, did he make something out of nothing on that play.
And if I'm Fleming Island here, I am definitely trying to go for this. This is a very key situation. You're going to want to see as many opportunities in the red zone as possible. 4th and 4 is a very doable thing for Sebastian Broughton. You just want to make sure that you give him just enough time to operate. But they look like they're going to kick the field goal here.
So Parker Sertivan comes on, and as I just mentioned it, you know, this is the point where field goal kickers are coming out. Not this is going to make it. big difference yet, but hey, you got to have points on this drive.
I disagree with this call. I'd go over this with Sebastian Broughton. You have the best quarterback in the area. You can convert a 4th and 4.
And we have a stoppage of play here, and we're going to get an offsides call. Is that what I'm getting the initial signal? Did Ponte Vedra just gift Fleming Island a first down? And they sure did. So I don't know if that was just a lack of discipline on that one, because they set up for a routine field goal, and now it's first down, Fleming Island.
To be honest, they bailed out most likely not the greatest call in the world from that coach, and now we're looking at an awesome opportunity for a 1st and goal. It is a tougher location here right at the 9-yard line, but you have an opportunity to play more backyard ball.
Comes at 5:13 to go in the first half. And now we're going to take the officials' timeout. This may be the mandatory water break. We are at about that point. So that's where we will go from this point. My goodness gracious, we got it. The sound is good. The video's up. The boys are here. It's Friday Night Lights on SSB. Garrett Bindford on the camera tonight. Aaron, we miss you tonight. Our other teammate unable to be with us this evening. Courtney Wallace running the production board here.
Well, if we just look at the overall summary of this game so far, we're looking at punt from Ponte Vedra, and now they scored in the first quarter, or the end of the beginning of the second quarter, and now Fleming Island has an opportunity to not only come back in the second quarter, they have the opportunity to score and make big plays and opportunities for themselves in the remainder of the game.
And Pastor David Tarkington talking about the wings. That got everybody's attention, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Nothing gets me going like a nice pair of chicken wings.
Yes, sir. So with the changes in the schedule, because Hurricane Helene threw everything out of whack, nobody in Duval County has a game tonight, because by Duval County rules, if school is not in session, they cannot participate in an athletic contest. So all of the Duval public school games were off today. Clay County is where it's at tonight. So all the Clay games that were scheduled in Clay are live. And that includes this one. So we're happy we got this game in tonight, because it is a pivotal district matchup between Fleming Island and Ponte Vedra, both 1-0 in 5A District 3. Jameer Jackson bowls into the end zone, and that is another Worldwide Automotive touchdown.
Jameer Jackson began the drive and finished the drive.
Jameer Jackson started it out.
Touchdown.
Jameer Jackson finishes it off.
It's the well-rounded approach from Fleming Island, whether it's throwing it at Trace Burney and making him make plays in open space, having Sebastian Broughton dance and do his version of backyard football, or just being the more physical football team with Jackson setting the tone up front. Fleming Island has having everything their way offensively.
Parker Sertivan on for an extra point. Snaps up, good hold, and kick is good. So with 4:48 to go in the first half, Fleming Island 21, Ponte Vedra 6. And now we're starting to see the momentum change address slightly, David.
Absolutely. It was a little bit of the Mo contest in the beginning of the game, as we said that Ponte Vedra had such a rough start to the beginning here, but now Fleming Island has turned on the gas all the way. A little bit of a stutter there, allowing the defensive touchdown, but now they're going full blast as far as offense goes, and if they can run the ball, throw the ball to the perimeter, and let Sebastian Broughton cook, they're probably going to win this game.
Absolutely. Got to pour it on, though, because Ponte Vedra is talented. They have the horses to keep up. But it's unusual to see them in a situation down like this. Now, they played Beachside very close to the vest. Beachside also another very good team who dismantled Menendez. So two St. Johns County teams on the rise here. Just when you thought that Fleming Island was getting away from some of the potent St. Johns County teams in their district, they have two of them there, but right now they're in charge. Ponte Vedra comes into the contest 3-1, 1-0 in the district. Fleming Island an even 2-2, 1-0 in the district. Cruz sends this up. That one might sail right into the 1-yard line. No touchback this time. Return is on. Well blocked initially. Now we've got a penalty flag on the field, and it looks like we might have something on Fleming Island here. We'll check the call.
Well, coming onto the field here is going to be a second unit interior defensive line for Fleming Island. They had some struggles against Orange Park when it came into this second unit. They're trying to put it in here for the end of the second quarter, get some rest into the starters and make sure they have plenty of time to go into half, or in case this thing gets down to the other side of the field, to stay fresh for the rest of the game.
Takes the ball at first down. On the return, the kick from Parker Circle.
So the penalty was illegal block in the back. So that will send that ball 15 yards or 10 yards on the spot.
Now looking at 4:41 remaining on the clock here, if you're Fleming Island, you're thinking about being rather aggressive defensively to set up for your offense. There'll be just enough time for you to make this stop and get the ball back.
And you got timeouts in your pocket. Use those wisely. First down and 10 from the 10. Give to Case. He finds a hole over the left side. Get the ball to about the 15-yard line, couple of yards. Brings up second down.
Now you're not considering using those timeouts yet. You want to make sure you're into that right down and distance, that you're going to make sure that you're pinning Ponte Vedra in a place where they can't get out of.
Call it second down and about 4. 4 wide for Ponte Vedra. Get a snap. Give to Case. Case will march way over the 20-yard line to about the 21. That'll be enough for a Ponte Vedra first down.
First down, Ponte Vedra.
Clock will continue to run, approaching 4 minutes.
All right, getting the signals quickly in and out of the huddle for Ponte Vedra. They definitely want to see this run game take off here and kill this clock. One of the hardest things to do in football is that 4-minute drill.
Gonna play from the sidelines. Price will come back to the line. Get a snap, give to Case. No, Price pulled it. And he'll come across the edge to Corey Allen, will shove him out. That'll stop the clock with 3:33 left to go. Ball sitting right about, I think they'll mark him out at the 29-yard line of Ponte Vedra.
I'm sure that is not what their coach wanted, to step out of bounds on first down like that. If you step out of bounds on first down like that, you not only stop the clock, you're giving them an opportunity to make a stop here and force a third down with an untimed down.
Second down and 2 to go.
Or what I really mean there is a down where the clock will run.
Yeah, you want to put pressure on Ponte Vedra here. You don't want to give him too much time to march down the field, but save a little for yourself. Trips to the right. Will slide a receiver across. Get a snap. Drops back. Good protection. Single coverage. That's going to be caught right about the 40-yard line. Number 14, Jack Berquist, 6'3" receiver.
Well, they have found
38.
Well, they have found a matchup that they like going against Chase Donaldson over here. The height advantage for these wide receivers of Ponte Vedra is appearing down the field, and even though Donaldson's with them step for step, they're just bigger, stronger athletes, and that's going to be a matchup that they're going to really target, especially down the field. It's their third time throwing at them so far in this game.
First and 10 from the 38. Slide Case over to the right. Get a snap. You give to Case in the backfield. They get knocked down right at the 45-yard line. Great defensive pressure to Corey Allen in the backfield and A.J. Witt in the backfield.
Yeah, to Corey Allen, a smaller guy, but definitely willing to make tackles. He's in the backfield making plays. A little bit of stopping power there, too. You got to stop the legs of that offensive player, pin him down to the ground. Nicely done. Strong kid for the size.
Second down and 15 now. Backing up to the 44-yard line.
Right, now is the time to get more aggressive with your timeouts. We'll see how this play goes, and Fleming Island's likely to burn them.
That single coverage off. They're going to back off. Looks like they're going to drop. And they're going to throw it out there. That's caught, tipped, and that was nearly intercepted.
But again, another play where that clock is going to stop, and Ponte Vedra is going to be forced into this very long third and long. Obviously, it's a running situation for them, because if they give up another incompletion, they're just giving more time back for Fleming Island. So if I'm Fleming Island, I'm giving a big pass coverage look, and then all of a sudden rushing towards the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 15. trips to the right, and we'll get a stoppage of play here, and Fleming Island is going to take a timeout. Think about this, very important third down play. We'll take this time to remind you, you can follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook and X at SSBJax, and on Instagram at ssb.jax. Also find us on Threads by the same handle. We would appreciate you following us. Also, if you're on the YouTube channel tonight, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be reminded of our next live broadcast. You can also go to our website, ssbjax.com, to take a look at our remaining football broadcast schedule as we get ready to close out the season in a couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll be looking at one or two playoff teams from this area. We'll make a decision if we're going to dabble into postseason coverage or we're going to convert to basketball. We'll find that out a little bit later on. We typically stay away from the postseason because of the travel involved, but
So right now we're looking on the sideline for Fleming Island. It's Jarius Rogers is not in the game right now for Fleming. We're hoping that he gets back in there soon. He's being attended to by a couple of trainers, making sure that he's in good shape. But it's a big situation here on a 3rd and long.
3rd and 15 from the 44. 2:17 to go in the half. Price steps back. Pocket collapses. He rolls out of the pocket, looking for a man to throw to. Tries to go upfield. That's caught. He will be short of the first down. Davin Doherty will not get there. Get about a yard short. Clock is running right now with 2 minutes to go. Ponte Vedra is going to go for it.
Regardless of outcome, Fleming Island should be burning a timeout here. There's no reason for them not to be.
Still no timeout called. They're letting the clock run.
Well, if they convert this first down, the field's so short that the time's not going to matter. If they don't get this first down, then you're burning the clock you could potentially be having for your offense.
Big 4th down play here. Price gives the case, gets a first down, gets over the 20-yard line, maybe about the 19, and then the clock will stop temporarily as they reset the chains at 1:21 to go.
And on come to the field comes Jarius Rogers back into the game here as their signature pass rusher. You know, sometimes those lower body injuries can be a bit nagging, but, you know, if you can tough it out in the game, you know, you can always heal during the week.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 19. Snap, give it to Case again, runs that left side. Gets about 5 yards. And we'll get a timeout immediately by Ponte Vedra, it looks like. That comes at 56 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, that 4th down play was key for Fleming Island. They needed to have their best personnel on the field, their best defensive play, know what's going on, and not only that, stop the clock. The fact that they didn't do that really hindered them here in this drive, and now it's setting up Ponte Vedra in a golden red zone opportunity.
Ball will sit at the 16-yard line now. 56 ticks of the clock before the half. Fleming Island kicked off to start the game, so they will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. And this is kind of like that sandwich drive where you really want to be the last to score at the half, and Ponte Vedra looks like they're going to be the ones to try to punch it in there. The first half was largely dominated by Fleming Island's defense. Ponte Vedra punted on their first couple of drives and then finally broke in the 2nd quarter with a score. Extra point was blocked, and that's where we sit right now. Fleming Island has not scored on all of their drives, but they have scored on succeeding drives. First one they did punt. Sebastian Broughton has had a couple of great throws to Trey Spurney. Demir Jackson running well tonight. And so we're sitting at 21-6 with 56 seconds to go. Back to action here. Drew Price out of the timeout. Sends a receiver in motion. Get a snap, go fake the Case. That was almost tipped at the line. Caught down to about the 5-yard line. Quick pitch and catch, and that's Doherty again. And that'll bring up 1st and goal. Clock stops with 49 seconds, now winds. 45 to go in the half. Price fakes the handoff, takes it himself. Pressure at the line, he dances out of it, maybe gets 2 or 3 yards. Ponte Vedra will take their 2nd charge timeout. And that'll stop the clock with 37 seconds to go.
Excellent use of the game clock there by the Ponte Vedra head coach. You know, he knew that there was going to be a stoppage of time when it got to that first down, got his troops to the line of scrimmage, snapped a play, and regardless of result, you're getting a gain closer to the goal line and finally burning that second timeout. You still have a third to use, so running the ball is still on the table as well.
Yeah, pretty much your whole playbook is open at this point. Meanwhile, the Golden Eagles trying to hunker down here, play some defense. See if they can keep Ponte Vedra off the scoreboard, or at the very least, settle for a field goal. Again, tonight it's a special night here at Fleming Island High School in celebration of the life and times of Ben Johnson. It's an annual tradition here. The blue out, student section, family and friends all decked out in blue this evening. It's always a celebration of the life and times of a brother, a friend, a teammate.
And they gave a ovation to the Johnson family in the pregame warm-ups. It was a moving little piece there. They are a family that very much so are involved in the football team still to this day. So nice to see them get recognized.
And his family is in attendance this evening. They'll give the case. Big stop. The green wall plunges forward. They get a third down stop. Clock is running. And Ponte Vedra looks like they'll have taken their final timeout with 28 seconds to go. Good stop on the run there to keep him out of the end zone.
Now they're saying specifically we are not taking this timeout. Yes, they are taking the timeout. Okay, I was wondering whether or not they were going to decide to run it or play it, because they're sitting here with third down here, and if they get tackled inbounds, that could be the half.
So you figure with a stoppage here, might try to throw this one, David? I might at this point with a clock stop.
It's the only thing you can do, in my opinion. It's too much of a risk to try to run it. If you try to run it and you don't have your special teams queued up and ready to go, it's going to be quite hard to get all things set, put together, and then the ball kicked away.
Right, and cleanly. And you've already had an extra point that was blocked, so, and this distance is roughly about the same. So you've already got the special teams win for Fleming Island. They're itching to block another kick.
So I don't know how deep you get into your special teams bag, but there is a drill for this specific situation. It's the middle dive, and you have everybody who would be on the special teams unit ready to rock and roll. As soon as that ball hits the ground, they sprint onto the field and are set up before the ball is even marked down onto the field. That was actually how TCU beat Baylor in a spectacular walk-off finish. So it is possible to get two plays off here and have one of them be a kick, but it is very difficult and high level to do.
28 seconds on the clock. Third down and goal. Ball's at the 1 yard line. They do have a receiver out there in single coverage. Full house backfield. And they are going to give, and they are going to score the touchdown. Chalk that up to number 40, J.P. Dolan. And now we have a flag, and that looks like it's going to get tacked onto the end here for some extracurriculars.
And I'm thinking that number 52 should become a thespian in his second life, because that was a bit of a flop there. Got away with one, gets the flag. Ponte Vedra is likely to kick off in a very favorable spot here. Not going to matter too much given the circumstances. In fact, no, that looks like they're going to take the penalty and go for two.
So they do need to make up the difference. 21-12 right now. Remember, not Orange Park, Ponte Vedra had a kick blocked. So they stay on in that formation again to try to go for a 2-point play. Fake it, float it, tipped and incomplete. And another defensive play on a PAT. That's 3 points off the board on special teams for the Golden Eagles.
So Cohen might have been the one to instigate that personal foul penalty, but he makes up for it here on the 2-point play by putting his hand in the passing lane and making sure everything's knocked down. So, you know, he might have made a mental error in the frustration of the after touchdown, but he makes up for it here in the 2-point conversion. That keeps this game at a 12-21 score.
25 seconds left to go here. Anything can happen. Fleming Island does have their timeouts.
Yeah, see if you can give the ball to Trace Burney twice in space.
Might be what you need to maybe get in solid field goal range. Noah Ash lines up to kick here.
again, they took that penalty on the PAT as opposed to the kick, which would have sent this into the end zone anyway. This may not be returnable. Nope, goes right into the center of the end zone for a touchback. So Fleming Island will have 80 yards in 25 seconds to see if they can move the ball downfield, maybe put some points on before the half. Remember, they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Coming up next week on Friday Night Lights on SSB, we'll be back here at the Rock, Randy Warren Stadium, with a familiar foe in town, a non-district battle next week between Creekside and Fleming Island. It's always a pretty potent matchup as the Knights have a very good offense, tight defense. They played pretty well themselves and have kind of been the bane of Fleming Island's existence as a district foe. Now they're just in town visiting on the schedule. We'll have that game for you next week on SSB.
All right, looking at this look right now, it looks like they're going into victory formation here.
So victory formation's the call here. They're just going to take the knee and go to the half, and that's exactly what we'll do. So, after a pretty tight one, Fleming Island jumped up ahead early. Ponte Vedra's marched back. But our score at the half, 21-12. Fleming Island goes into the locker room with the lead and the ball to start the second half. Coming up, we got a special guest for you at the half. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, some family business on Friday Night Lights on SSB. You stay right here.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Welcome back to halftime here at Fleming Island, Randy Warren Stadium. Friday Night Lights on SSB, 21-12 our score. And we have a very, very special guest with us on the broadcast tonight. It's a family matter this evening. I have Miss Lavinia Broughton with us here. This is Sebastian's granny. And I'm so excited that you're here. Now, we were watching you earlier, just kind of get ready, kind of in your world with your AirPods in right now. So, do you have a pregame ritual too? I know quarterbacks are notoriously superstitious, but is there something that you do before a game, before you watch Sebastian play, that if you don't do it, you feel like, I don't know, the game's not going to go so well?
Yes, there is a ritual. I get here very early. I come in, I sit, I watch what's going on the field. I watch the other team warm up. I watch Sebastian and his team warm up. So I just watch and see what they're doing on the field. I get a feel on what's going to happen and go on it with the game. Just to feel what's going to get that groove on, and just to see, to determine what could happen, the possibility. So my ritual is just to be here early just to get the feel.
Now,
on.
We've had the pleasure of having Sebastian on our cameras for the past 4 years. We've watched him through his entire career here at Fleming Island, and one of the things that we've noticed is that his athletic ability has just morphed, and he's just got this speed that comes out of nowhere. Was he always that quick as a little kid?
Yes, he's always been that quick. I remember him as a little tot running around, watching his brothers play. He's always been like that. I remember as a little one, he wasn't always a quarterback. He used to be, I believe it was running back, wide receiver, and then all of a sudden he said, "Granny, I want to be a quarterback." I said, "Okay, go for it." And that's what he did. And after that, it was on from there. So, but he's always been fast, always been fast.
That's something we've enjoyed watching, is his ability to just turn a play that seems like it's going to fall apart, and then it's a 15-yard gain or a 20-yard gain. Or we've seen him run for 60 or 70 at any point, which has been really cool to see.
Yes.
But one thing that we noted is we have kind of an eyeball on where they're going to head to after high school, and right now Sebastian's committed to Akron.
Correct.
So are you gonna go up there to Akron, Ohio,
Oh, yeah.
and shiver a little bit? Because I know it gets cold up there now.
Oh, yes. I'm going to follow him wherever he goes. I told him when he decided to commit to Akron, I was like, Akron? Okay. Then when I asked him questions about Akron, okay, what's there? And then he told me Cincinnati, and I was like, I don't care about Cincinnati. Then he told me about what else. I said, okay, Canton. I could do Canton. And then he said, Pittsburgh is 2 hours. I was like, there you go. I can watch you on Saturday and be right there in Pittsburgh on Sundays. I'm good. I'm a Steeler fan, so
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
Good. I'm
so,
good.
So that might convenient there for you, just
Yes.
right over there to Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
Steelers not doing too bad to start the season
no.
off either.
Definitely not.
I won't say anything about the Chiefs. I'm sorry, but but and commitments change, and situations change and whatnot, and the landscape of college football is very different. But it's exciting to see our kids here locally get that kind of attention from an FBS school, and have their eyes on them, and give them the possibility to continue their career elsewhere on a much bigger stage than they're doing right now.
Correct. Yes, it is. Just watching him right now, he's always wanted to go to a smaller school, just to get that feel, to see what he can do on a small field and then go on to the bigger stage. So we'll see what happens. Right now, he's committed. So who knows?
We'll see.
Right now, this is it.
Well, and as it stands right now, this is a very important district game tonight.
Yes.
And they could take a lead right here with Middleburg having not played a district game yet.
Yes.
So they're still kind of behind standings-wise with plenty of season to go. So
Correct.
very likely we could be looking at a postseason run if all things work out. So
I
keep
hope
our fingers
so.
crossed.
I hope so. Right now, this is for him. I really want him to have a winning season going out. This is it. So I'm just praying that this happens for him. He needs it. He really does.
Absolutely. So Miss Lavinia Broughton on our cameras tonight on SSB.
you.
Thank you for joining us, taking some time out of the game.
You're
We'll let you
welcome.
finish watching Eagle Band 1. We'll take a quick commercial timeout, and when we come back, David and I get back together, recap this first half, and talk third quarter. You're watching Friday Night Lights on SSB. It's 21-12 Fleming Island with the lead at the half. We'll be back after this message.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Halftime festivities well underway here on SSB. Friday Night Lights on SSB, brought to you by Worldwide Automotive. Fleming Island dance team out there right now. David, pretty good half, I would say.
I would say so too. BP, I think this is an excellent job from Fleming Island offensively to take care of business there. But end of half responsibilities, especially on the defensive side of the ball there for Fleming Island, you want to see them execute in key moments, whether it's third and short, whether it's end of half situations where you need to conserve clock, or whether it's putting in your best players for key situations. There's plenty of Fleming Island Golden Eagles that play both sides of the ball. You need to make sure you're picking the most opportune times, especially with the bigger players, to put them in times where you can make sure your short yard situations are taken care of.
Remind everybody to catch us on social media, Facebook and X at SSBJax, and on Instagram and Threads at ssb.jax. Don't forget the website, ssbjax.com, where you can get a complete listing of our remaining football schedule. And as we look ahead to basketball season, that schedule will be updated there as well. Happy you're with us tonight on this wonderful Friday nights. We want to offer our thoughts, prayers, and concern to our brethren in the Southeast, some as far as Tennessee right now, dealing with the effects of Hurricane Helene that hit landfall last night right about the Big Bend area near Cedar Key. And I've been able to see some of the pictures of the devastation that took place down there, and it is heartbreaking. So we want to give our warm thoughts and wishes, and hopefully if you have the opportunity to do something. I know thoughts and prayers are such a common thing that we offer here, but if you have the opportunity to do something right now with your time, either volunteering in some cleanup efforts or providing food, comfort, shelter, or you want to donate to a reputable organization, please do that and help out your fellow man right now, because there are people in that area who are hurting. And the impacts of that storm are being felt elsewhere in the Southeast. Luckily, Atlanta dodged a tremendous bullet right now, but there are other parts of South Georgia right now that didn't make out so well. Flooding in parts of the Carolinas were also told as well, too. So if you have a chance to provide some comfort or aid in any way, please do so right now, because it is going to be desperately needed, especially around about the Cedar Key area, because that recovery will not take months. It will take years, very likely. So we want to put our thoughts out there. In the meantime, we're here in the Northeast Florida area, and still have some breeze to deal with right now, but I will say it is feeling a little bit more like fall, David.
Oh, absolutely. I could walk out here in sweatpants and my my thinnest layer of jacket, but still a jacket, and I'm glad to see that fall is just creeping in, you know. We're going to have a whole lot of pumpkins around here, some fallen leaves, you know, stuff that doesn't really reflect it being 80 or 90 degrees outside and sunny, but, you know, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, just wake me up when the mint is served at this point. I don't do the pumpkin stuff, really, unless it's in pie. I also want to share with you, too, I, too, have started football season.
That's right.
We're into the flag football season. Week 1 was last week, so this is what happened. For a free agent on a team, got assigned to a team late last week, practice on Saturday, first game on Monday.
What are you playing? What the heck have you at?
I'm basically playing the flag football equivalent of a tight end. So I'm not exactly the fastest guy on the planet, but I'm also got the best hands for the big guys. So I'm kind of an underneath receiver, and I also play a little bit of middle linebacker, that rusher position, so you go the 5 Mississippi and go and do that. So and it's fun. I'm not going to say that I'm doing this for the competition more than anything else. It's a very social league, and it's a co-ed league too, so it's a good mix of people, and it's put on through Jack's Foray. I kind of like doing that. We got 5 more games left. They're already talking about keeping the team as close together as they can for the fall season, because like this is considered late summer, and now they're gonna have a fall season. But I like it. I'm not against it. I need the activity. It's kind of fun because you do this on Friday nights and then actually play a different kind of football on Mondays. It's, you know, it's a different feel when you're not broadcasting the game. You're the one that's in the middle of it. But I want to shout out to the Duval Dirtbags. Yes, that is our team name. We are the Duval Dirtbags. And this week we're playing what's called the best team. That's what's on the schedule.
The name of the team is the best team.
Yeah. There's some
a
great
little reverse
names.
Psychology there.
Some great team names, too. And we actually played one of the better teams in the league, and we lost 42-29. But to put on 29 points to that team was actually a feat. And we have a quarterback on our team right now that's not unlike Sebastian Broughton. He's got, a set of wheels on him. He runs out of pressure really well. He's hard to catch and probably built the same way, maybe a little shorter. But that's something that we want to focus on right now, is Sebastian Broughton doing the thing. Now, he's not run as often as he did in the Orange Park game to get things started, but he's made some plays, not just with his feet, David, but with his arm too.
Well, they've been very structured in their offense. They've been trying to make a commitment to running the ball, and they've been trying to make a commitment to getting Trace Burney the ball in the screen game. But they definitely don't have as many installed plays today for Sebastian Broughton to take three-step drops, look down the field, develop into a read, or take off and run. They're trying to not necessarily eliminate out of that out of his game, but save those for critical moments and situations to where defenses aren't expecting it.
Right, and see, and that's the thing with Sebastian Broughton, is you have to learn to expect the unexpected. And sometimes you have to be that with your offensive line, because you don't want to run the risk of getting that illegal lineman downfield calls, which is something I wanted to mention in our keys to the game for Fleming Island, is to be aware of where Broughton is at all times and keep your head on a swivel, because at any point when a play breaks down in coverage, he's going to go. He's not going to stay and get sacked. He has been sacked tonight, but normally in those situations he'll jump out and just fly. So, and he's already made a couple of great throws to Trace Burney. Trace Burney's been on a screen play. He's run kind of a slant. And anytime you get Trace Burney in space, forget about it. He's upfield, and you're going to have to beg to catch him at this point.
Absolutely. I think if you were to rank their most explosive athletes, it's still Sebastian Broughton with ball in hand, but Trace Burney is right behind, especially with the long end speed, that top end speed that he has to separate from defenders once he's already past that second level. It's a big play threat waiting to happen, and it's that RPO game that lures offensive linemen down the field to go make blocks, and all of a sudden Sebastian Broughton is pulling the ball out and trying to make a play quickly. That timing has to be razor sharp in order to work, especially at the high school level where you're only allowed 3 yards down the field.
Coming up at the end of our halftime break here, Fleming Island will start with the football in this third quarter.
A key possession to start the third quarter. It's how you know that you've made your halftime adjustments and are coming out with a good game plan. I think that Sebastian's ready to throw it here, and they're probably going to lean a lot more on him to put this game away.
Also want to point out real quick, and this is just a personal note from the family of broadcasters, we lost a legend this week in Arthur Crofton from WEJZ 96.1. The man was on the radio for 30 years. That's most of my lifetime and probably just about all of yours, David, honestly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He was a radio mainstay here in Northeast Florida, and he passed away unexpectedly on Wednesday. So the media community, broadcasters alike, are all mourning the loss of a legend in this area and a very good friend. And I met him once. He was actually calling bingo at a fundraiser, and it was just as British as I had expected it to be after growing up listening to him on the radio. He was a treat, and he'll be sorely missed in this community for sure. So our hats off to our fallen comrade, and all the best to his family. Just a legend, just no longer on the air anymore. So we're on the air here, though, and we're glad that we got everything set up for you tonight on this gorgeous evening in late September, early October. Getting around, we're over the halfway point in the season's week 6 of high school football. I can't believe we were all amped up to get everything started, and now we're halfway through the season, David. My goodness.
Just what a phenomenal night, though, too. Just to your point, how nice it's been after this storm. There wasn't a cloud in the sky on the drive over here, and this is a pristine way to play tonight. Nice, cool weather conditions. Field has held up incredibly well, and we're off to this great second half of football, Ponte Vedra and Fleming Island.
Great breeze in the air. It's not really impacted the passing game all that much. It's just a great night for football, and let's get it started. Second half underway. Send that into the end zone. That might have been a field goal, my goodness.
Whew, nice boot.
In the arena leagues, that's 2 points. They call it the deuce.
All right, we're going to see a good look here at Sebastian Broughton, see what kind of second half adjustments they've made. Offense was clicking in the first half there, but we want to make sure that we see him and highlight him and his receivers in this second half, especially the way that he can sling it.
Also, you don't want to discount the running of Demir Jackson. He's been all over the field tonight. The wrecking ball himself plowed through on Fleming Island's last touchdown drive, set it up, and then he got to finish the drive, apropos. First down and 10 from the 20 for Broughton. Lines up in 4 wide.
Now we see this linebacker on Bernie all game, 44 versus 3 at the bottom of your screen here. That's a great matchup for Fleming.
Gibbs Jackson runs over the left side. He'll get tripped up after maybe a half-yard gain. Had a little bit of yardage, but not much out the gate. Brings up second down and about 9. Golden Eagles will sit in that sort of sugar huddle and get right back out of the field. They don't huddle very often. Stay in 4 wide. Sharks press coverage. Fake the blitz. Broughton throws, caught. Incomplete. Nope. Bachata had a touch on it. And, of course, you know the rule, kids. If you touch it, you got to catch it.
Nice play there by Cooper Sobiek, the 36, the defensive back for Ponte Vedra. I think that was an excellent play. Working through the hands of the receiver in trail technique, hanging behind him and then reaching through when the ball comes.
Third down and 10. Stops the clock with 11:17 to go in this third quarter.
And again, we'll see a big linebacker on the fastest player on the field.
Jackson swings out into the flat, caught. It's got some blockers. Tries to get something out of it. He might have gotten 5 yards on the play, and he does, into the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down, and here comes the punt team.
Well, asking Trace Burney to block that big linebacker might not have been exactly what I meant by attack that matchup.
I think in that scenario, you'd want Jackson to do the blocking and Burney doing the running.
That would be excellent, yes.
That would be a little bit more of a setup. But I could see how Jackson would serve as a sufficient decoy in the backfield, and then you move him out to try to create some space. Parker Sertivan on to punt. Hasn't done much of that tonight. And we'll get a stoppage. And Ponte Vedra takes an early timeout, and it looks like they were rushing somebody off the field. That's Christian Purnell, who was hustling off there, and they might have had 12 on the field, which would have given Fleming Island a first down. So a smart timeout, but a costly one.
Yeah, you're looking at 4 3/4 of a yard. So yeah, a 5-yard penalty would have given Fleming Island a first down there. So a costly mental error, and you know I've mentioned this in a couple of broadcasts before. I don't know if this is gonna set you off here, but when you get on the bus and you go to an away game, you count to 11 on every unit, whether it's 11 on offense, 11 on defense, 11 on punt, kick return, kickoff, whatever you need. Count them to 11 and see how it goes. There they had 12.
Addition leads to subtraction. The timeout lost. Sertivan back on to punt. Good snap. End over end. Bounces at about the 50. Ground ball fielded at the 40. And he'll bring that back out to the 45-yard line, and that is where Ponte Vedra will take over for their first drive of this half. Comes at 10:27 in the third quarter.
Nice little low line drive punt there. You know, he takes a little bit of an Aussie step out there. That's what we call those half rolls, and that usually helps to protect the punter in case there's a rush on. But let's see if they're going to continue that if that punt situation arises, because that means they're always going to go to the right and sets up for potential blocks.
Drew Price back into quarterback for the Sharks. He's got 4 wide. Brian Case, who's been reliable at running back, will get the fake. They're going to throw out in the flat. That is caught. And once again, David Doherty with another reception gets across midfield, and they're going to give him to about the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, maybe, 1st and 10.
Both Doherty and Berquist have been pretty active in this game. Reliable receivers with different skill set. Doherty more of the slot receiver, reliable hands type, and Berquist more of the down the field 50-50 guy.
1st and 10. Price will give the Case over the right side. Good run up there, good burst up. Fleming Island gives up about 6-7 yards on that play.
I haven't seen many broken tackles out of Case today, although his jersey is filthy. He has gotten the rock and he has done the dirty work, but has not gotten the production to show for it.
He's not exactly a speed running back in the sense that they're running the offense. He's definitely pound the rock between the tackles. 2nd and 5 at the 38. They'll give it to him again. Nope. Price came out with it, and a high hit. And that was one of those late decisions. I don't know if Price was attempting to slide and just decided far too late, but if whatever the case was, he ate a tackle.
So David Smith there on that hit. David Smith with an excellent pop there. I don't know if that was supposed to be a slide, but it ended up with a punch right to the chin. A legal hit because you can't duck your head as both a quarterback or defensive back.
3rd down and 2 right now. Ball rests at the 35.
I just took a shoulder pad to the jaw.
Taking their time here getting this play out. Still plenty of time on the play clock from the looks of things. Trips to the right. Get a call in here. Play clock starting to wind down here. Get a snap, give the case, hops over to the right side, runs into a Fleming Island defender. He might have gotten enough for the first down, even though they drove him back.
Got to see the
AJ
spot
Witt
here. We got
in
one
on the motion there, muscling him back, trying to get a little gusto there, and they might have brought up 4th down here, and it looks like they did.
Yeah, I saw two different spots there for a second. All of a sudden, one was high and one was low. Oh, which one are they going to choose? They chose the low one, and that's 4th down for the Ponte Vedra Sharks.
4th down and short. They actually call it. It looks like they might have called it a yard loss, maybe, but it's 4th and short. They're going. They'll give it to Case. He's got enough for the first down that time. Just got enough. And that's all they needed it for. So 1st down, Ponte Vedra.
Really athletic play by Hoff, but not quite enough there. He goes around the play and gets to the running back with enough leg drive by Ponte Vedra running back there, gets that 1st down.
Officials having a conversation with Coach Chip. I guess they're giving some instructions about something going on the sidelines here. So 1st down and 10. Clock is stopped right now with 8:13 to go. Oh, apparently they might be making some complaints about students in the student section with the air horns. And now they got a faculty member going over, letting them know that that is not allowed.
Please refrain from blowing any air horns. The next time one is blown, it could be a penalty for Fleming Island. So please do not blow any air horns or whistles in the stands.
So the announcement coming from PA announcer David Tarkington that a penalty will be assessed on Fleming Island for any further use of air horns or other noise-making devices by the student section. Ponte Vedra will drop back. Throws, that is wide open, caught, and Adarius Medina, it's his first time he's been caught. He's going to get tackled out of bounds rather rudely, but can understand the frustration.
One of the smaller players on the field today just slipped away there and found some open space. Wide open receiver, might as well take that easy completion for a 1st down.
Stops the clock temporarily at 7:55 to go. Ponte Vedra driving. You're in a 9-point deficit right now because of missed extra points. Had 1 blocked and a 2-point conversion attempt that failed. Trips right. Get a snap. Case will go up the middle, run into a little bit of defense there. Resistance, crosses the 5-yard line to about the 3.
And now you don't have to get a 1st down. You don't have to get a touchdown without getting a 1st down here. They have the opportunity to wind even more clock if they don't score here.
Coming up on 7.5 minutes in a 21-12 ball game. Tighten up the formation here, leave 3 wide. Price will stay in the shotgun. Slide a receiver across. Fleming Island look like they're staying in pure zone. Give it to Case up the middle. He slides out to the left. Some initial contact. He might have gotten a yard, maybe 2. Not quite a 1st down yet. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Golden Eagle, Kevin Reyes.
Yeah, this is going to be a big down here in this football game. This 3rd down. Making sure they can stop it here, prevent goal-to-go situations, and make sure you have an opportunity for your offense just to get out of the shadow of your own end zone.
Ponte Vedra getting the play from the sidelines here. Spreading out the formation. Trips to the right. Got single coverage on the near side. Get a snap. He's going to give to Case. He runs into the line, and he's going to get held up. And did they stop him from the first down is the first question.
We got a fist up in the air from the official. That'll mean 4th down here.
So they have prevented the first down for now. It is 4th down and short. Nate Van Hoff with the stop. Never not working. Back in the backfield again, trying to hold this up. So you don't have to get a first down, or don't have to get a touchdown here. You can move the sticks and make it 1st and goal, but this is a big stop opportunity for Fleming Island's defense right now.
And in come the hog mollies for Ponte Vedra. 2 tight ends coming to the game, both well over 200 pounds.
Just need about a yard. 4th down. They give, and did he score? No, he did not score, but we are stopping the clock. That might be enough for a first down. We're going to see in just a second here. They're going to measure. So it is not known yet if we have a first down or we're going to take a water break here. I think we're going to take the water break. So they have awarded a first down from the down marker to Ponte Vedra as we take the water break here with 5:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal for the Sharks inside the 1-yard line. And so far, so good. I mean, honestly, they're playing bend, don't break, but you really wanted to get a stop on that one for sure, David.
Absolutely. That 4th down was going to be huge. That would have been a absolute momentum killer for Fleming Island if they had stopped that goal line surge push play. It's the same play that they scored on earlier in this game, bringing in number 40, bringing in number 9, who are actually defensive players, but coming into the offensive side of the ball to create more push. A lot reminiscent of the Screaming Eagle days.
Absolutely. So 5:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ponte Vedra has marched down the field, down to the 1-yard line, so they'll set it up again here. Fleming Island's played pretty good defense on this drive, holding off the drive. The Sharks have not hit pay dirt yet. Even if they do, I would imagine if you're Ponte Vedra, you're going to go for 2 in either way because the math is not in your favor right now. Down 9 points. Try to narrow this gap as best you can. Fleming Island punted on their first possession of the half. They'll give again. Case will scamper to the hole, and that is in. Touchdown. No questions asked there. That is a Worldwide Automotive touchdown for Ponte Vedra. Comes at 5:28 in the half, or in the 3rd quarter rather. 21-18 right now, and looks like the Sharks are going to settle for an extra point try here. Not going to go for 2 yet. So they're going to make this a 2-point ball game.
You know, that touchdown is particularly difficult to give up after taking so many goal line reps. There is nothing more difficult to do on defense than hold up when you know exactly what's supposed to come at you, play after play after play. A tough defensive stand there and way to hang in strong, but not the result you're going for if you're Fleming Island. It's just absolute demoralizing drive for that defense.
Noah Ash's extra point is good. So our score now, Fleming Island 21, Ponte Vedra 19. 5:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Happy you're with us tonight on Friday Night Lights on SSB. Glad you're joining us here. Joey Couch, I see you jumping into the chat there. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, to the kids that just had kickoff return duties on both sides, they're trotting out here, getting these instant touchbacks no matter what. You get a nice rep of jogging backwards 10 yards.
Pretty much it. Nice and easy. Ash will line up the kick here.
Been perfect so far in the touchback department.
Sends that one off. Looks like that's exactly what we'll get. Sebastian Cruz trails it, but not quite.
We'll get to see another opportunity for Sebastian Broughton here. You know, he's definitely itching after how last drive went. Let's see if we can actually open up this offense now. You know, normally what happens in these type of ball games is you have this very specific script that you go through, these plays that you like against these defenders, and as soon as those game plans or scripts run out, you revert back into the offense that you normally are, the inside zone game, the RPO game. So now that they're out of those scripted plays, are they going to return to that basic offense that didn't work for them very well in weeks past?
From the 20 is where they'll start. Come out 4 wide. Jackson will start on the pistol. They'll give to Jackson. They'll fake it. Broughton trying to swing it out into the flat, and that is caught. Great catch by Trace Burney right about the 25-yard line. Tracks that ball out, and he'll get a couple of yards on that one. Brings up second down.
That linebacker 44 cannot hang with Burney, and he is a man-to-man coverage guy on him almost every single snap here.
Second down and about 4. Ball sit at the 26.
All right,
They'll stay in 4 wide.
The 44 will be in the slot against Burney again.
Broughton holds up here, checks at the line. Clock is stopped right now at 5:15. He'll get a snap, gives to Jackson on the middle. Actually, Jackson pops through again, and here he goes. He's got some jets across the 30 to the 25 to the 20. He breaks the tackle, and that's going to be another Fleming Island touchdown on the ground for Demir Jackson. A worldwide automotive touchdown on the ground for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles.
What a phenomenal individual effort there from Jackson. Just a absolute hog molly up front there. He has a couple missed tackles broken there and sprints out to daylight. The balance in the open field to be able to maintain that speed and punctuate that with a great long touchdown.
74 yards. Jackson well over 150 yards rushing tonight. And another touchdown on the ground. Fleming Island extends their lead. Sertivan for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick through. Our new score with 5:01 left to go in the third quarter. Fleming Island 28, Ponte Vedra 19. And this is interesting. Got a college score for you now. Virginia Tech and Miami, some Friday Night Lights in the college game right now. Hokies and Canes are all tied up 14 apiece.
Yeah, getting to be a little midway into the second quarter in that one, a tight score. Miami's got a lot of talent. Most likely is the best team in the state of Florida this year. So nice to see them hanging in for some Thursday night football, although Virginia Tech is also a very talented team as far as their skill position players on offense.
Can Miami continue down the stretch? Last season they did this. They went up 4-0 and, oh, we're back. And then they forgot how to kneel a ball and gave up a fumble to Georgia Tech, who turned around and scored. And suddenly Hard Rock Stadium was as quiet as a mouse. And Miami ended up caving their season in. Lost to Florida State. Sertivan sends this one end over end. That one's going to be returnable at about the 5. And we get a couple of blocks. Wiggles in and out of tackles. And they're going to push the pile. They'll say his forward progress is stopped right about the 28-yard line. Doherty on the return for the Sharks. And that's where they will take over, 1st and 10. Down by 9 yet again.
All right, here's where that Fleming Island Golden Eagles linebacker core has to step up. It starts with Nate Van Hoff, one of the best run defenders in the area. It goes to Jarius Rogers, one of the most highly touted prospects in the area, and this two senior middle linebackers that hang over the middle. If those 4 can produce right here, they're going to get a 3 and out pretty easily.
Bunch formation on the right side of Drew Price. A slider receiver across the way. That's Doherty. Get a snap. Fake Doherty in the flat. That's caught right about the 35-yard line. Makes a man miss. And gets down now at the 45-yard line. Some cheers from the Ponte Vedra side. It's a pretty good catch and run there. Yards after the catch making the difference, Dave.
So that'll be about the 3rd, maybe even 4th catch for Doherty tonight. 3 of those plays have been those quick hitter outs, especially this same side, this towards your screen out play where that'd be Arian Witt one-on-one versus a slot receiver.
The ball at the 46-yard line now for 1st and 10. 4 wide. He'll get a snap, gives to K. Fumbled football. That one may be up for grabs. And Cohen Chaffee may have gotten it, and he did.
Fumble behind the line of scrimmage. Recovered by Fleming Island.
So Chaffee was in it initially. I'm not sure who officially came up with the ball, but nonetheless, that's a Golden Eagle turnover, and they needed that.
So they'll give the fumble to Jarius Rogers there. I think that was a missed bobbled snap, and Cohen got his hand in there to punch the ball a little bit farther, Rogers ends up with another tick in the stat column, but we really want to give credit to Cohen there for being the first one there in the backfield.
So a swing momentum play right now for the Golden Eagles, up by 9. Technically up 2 scores. This would be a chance to open that lead a little more.
This would be a dagger right here. This changes the complexion of the game if they score a touchdown on this drive.
Jackson back, he'll dot the pistol. We're going to come up sidecar right now. Bring everything to the left of Broughton. Single coverage on the near side. Broughton will take a snap, fakes, steps up, throws deep, and that is Trace Burney caught. He'll wiggle around to the 20-yard line. Gets into a host of Shark defenders across the 15-yard line, and that is a big first down.
So the first time all night that I see Ponte Vedra go into zone defense, and they end up missing assignments down the field. That one was a critical one as far as a receiver clearing up over the top and Burney filling that void with that wheel route. Excellent play, nice throw, completion and a first down.
Burney with the surefire hands on that one. Had to climb the ladder just a little bit, David, to get that one. Had to step up just a hair. Burney's not the tallest receiver on the field, but is sure-handed, that's for sure. First down. Spot the ball at about the 13-yard line, so you can get a first down at the 3. Tighten up the formation a little bit here. Burney will come across. They'll fake that jet motion. They're trying to throw to him in the flat. It doesn't work out. Broughton finds a hole, gets up, couple of yards, circle button, flag on the play. And I see the slow march of number 61 here for Fleming Island, making that, oops, I just did that, sorry. And that one might be coming back on the hold.
And not to be a football nerd or nitpicker, but there's a couple things in that play that bothered me. It was not only the clip there, it's just miscommunication between the running back and the offensive lineman, but that's also a fake that they used in play action where no running back came anywhere near the quarterback. And then, of course, running in the opposite direction of where the play is designed. Of course, there's going to be some type of offensive line penalty. They think you're running to the right, and all of a sudden you kick out to the left, and a bunch of jersey gets shown rather easily if you're an offensive lineman. You want to know where the play is going, hopefully.
Tough penalty makes it
First and
15
25.
yards. Move it all the way back to first and 25 at the 28-yard line.
So
First
field goal,
Keystone Heights here.
yeah, field goal range for Parker Sertivan would be inside the 30-yard line, so no negative plays here. You got to stay in range.
They'll bunch up on the right. Broughton alone in the backfield, taking it all the way. Cuts up the middle, over to the 20, 15, down to the 10, circles around, stretches out to about the 6, another flag on the play. Broughton had just about the penalty yardage and then some, and then they're going to call it back on another holding penalty.
So they're going to call that holding flag down on the 20-yard line, so they're going to move it back still to the 30. It's not the worst, most negative play in the world. It really is like a redoing of the down.
They will back that up 2 additional yards, so back to the 30-yard line. So yes, downfield holding not as bad, but it's bad nonetheless. Kind of want that maybe closer to the goal line.
Well, you're going to see this first and a mile from the 30-yard line. They have an opportunity to get a first down without scoring a touchdown, but that marker is all the way down inside the 5.
Broughton shotgun at his 35. And another flag. We'll back it up 5 more. Bring it back to the 35-yard line. Now it's first in most of the panhandle.
Yeah, if I'm Parker Sertivan, I'm taking a couple warm-up kicks here because he's going to have a lofty task in front of him.
So at this point, it's still first down. You don't need to get everything on this first play here, but at this point you're backed up in such a significant hole that you're starting to knock on the door of not being in Parker Sertivan's field goal range. Trips to the left. Broughton trying to check at the line here, see something he didn't like. Get a snap, they'll get to Jackson, conservative play call. Get a couple of yards on that one.
Yeah, I would strongly argue too conservative of a play call here. They know that something, easy is coming, and so that's what Sebastian Broughton's saying at the sideline. They knew that was coming. We ran right into it. And now you're not close enough to kick this field goal. You have to be really aggressive on this second down just to get enough yards to get there.
Second down and long from the 35.
I'll also point out that's the direction the wind's coming from as well.
Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. 28-19. Broughton running quarterback power. They try to set the edge. They do. Broughton gets about 5 more yards. Just chunking away here, but the 30-yard line now is where they'll spot the ball. Brings up third down and 26 now.
You are right on the fringe range here, and if you miss this field goal, it brings excellent field position for Ponte Vedra.
90 seconds to go in the quarter. Again, Ponte Vedra did march downfield, score in the first possession. Fleming Island punted. Golden Eagles came back. Demir Jackson doing his thing. Scores another rushing touchdown, and then the turnover is where we are now. Broughton drops back, steps up into the pocket, trying to find a receiver. He's going to run for it. Got a lot of space, made a man miss. And they get down to about the 16, maybe 17-yard line is where they'll stop the drive, and that is more solid field goal range for Sertivan at this point.
Really smart decision there by Sebastian Broughton. Let's not force the ball down the field, potentially have an incompletion and come away with no points. Go out and get 10 yards, get this field goal range set up, and let your veteran kicker with a lot of experience and some talent as well knock through this clutch field goal.
Smart decision by the senior quarterback, getting what he can. Fourth down. Sertivan will try a field goal of about 39 yards. Kick is up, and that is low and no good.
Yeah, chunked that one.
So a stop by Ponte Vedra on the defensive side of the ball. That kick did not look very good. Not one of Sertivan's best.
And looking at the Ponte Vedra sideline, they are fired up. They know the importance of this drive. This is going to be one of the most crucial game-deciding drives here in this game. They're going to have 22 seconds left of the half and see if they can get a couple big chunk plays here before they go off with a lot of the momentum. The third quarter.
Critical to note, though, that earlier in this half, Ponte Vedra was forced to take timeout, so they only have 2 timeouts going into the fourth quarter, which may be pivotal later, especially since they're down 2 scores right now. First and 10, ball at 17. They'll get a snap, play fake. Price throwing deep, trying to go with that single coverage again, and a tip, and that is still caught.
Oh, miraculous catch there. I think that the Fleming Island defensive back actually touched the ball first and still ends up being a catch from number 14,
Jack Berquist.
Berquist has been the target downfield a couple times.
Donaldson had the hand on it, too. It just didn't tip it away, and Berquist sails it in, so it's a big first down as the clock starts to wind down here in the third quarter right here. It's first down and 10. Ball at the 38 of Fleming Island.
They're going to do it again.
Price takes a snap, pressure, going to try it again. 50-50 ball. That one sails into no man's land, incomplete. There's 1 second on the clock in the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And no, it looks like the clock operator is going to let that one go. Official is discussing. I think they're going to switch sides, or are they going to roll with it here? I think they're going to go ahead and
they're going to call that the third.
In just a second. Ball sits at the 38-yard line. It'll be second and 10.
Fleming Island 28.
We come back 28-19. Your score in the third quarter. As soon as we get a chance here, we'll
remind you can
take a look
watch
around
this
Clay
game
County.
on replay or live now. If you have friends and family that couldn't make it here, go to Sunshine State Broadcasting, the channel on YouTube, for the live casting of this game now. It'll remain there so you can share that game with others. You can watch it later. Sunshine State Broadcasting.
Thank you, Pastor David. 21-14 now. Virginia Tech leading Miami. Caden coming in, giving us the score there. We're gonna have Caden get some scores around Clay County as well and shoot that to us. 'Cause like we said earlier, Duval is not in action today due to the school closures from the storm. Clay County games and any St. John's games are active tonight. Beachside actually moved their game up a couple of days.
Again, we remind you that we thank our sponsors, all of our sponsors, but especially Jeremiah's Italian Ice of Fleming Island.
So to reset here, as we do officially go to the fourth quarter, ball sitting at the 38-yard line. It is second down for Ponte Vedra in a 9-point game. Ponte Vedra has not led this entire contest. Very important district game for both teams. Each team with a win in district play right now. Get a snap, give the case, and he gets into the teeth of the defense after about a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. He's been doing that all night, David, just a couple of yards in a cloud of dust, not really running anything deep downfield.
Now let's give some love to the senior captain, Kevin Reyes. Kevin Reyes plays both offensive line and defensive line for Fleming Island. He's always in that rotation. He's the A of that A and B rotation in the defensive line, as well as contributing on the offensive line every snap.
Check and get a play from the line. 3rd down and 8, ball at the 36. We're gonna snap, takes it himself, trips and falls, and that's gonna bring up 4th down.
Nice sportsmanship there by Cohen, picking up the guy. He might have fumbled there, and he got a little bit of a late hit, but, all is well in love and war.
4th down.
Not the play he wanted, I'm sure. It loses 2 on the play, brings up 4th down and 10, and at this point, Ponte Vedra trying to go for it, make this a 1-possession game.
I mean, if you have a quick kick in your arsenal, there's nobody back to return the punt. This is an excellent quick kick opportunity if you have that in your bag of tricks.
Ball at the 38. 4th down. Get a snap, good protection. Man out in the flat, there is Doherty again, and he gets enough for a 1st down. Boy, they left him out to dry.
Deeper than the deepest man. That is the biggest principle of zone coverage. If you are the flat defender, if you are the curl defender, you have to communicate whether somebody's coming into your zone or leaving your zone deeper than the deepest man, all right? If the corner defender bails out, flat defender needs to be deeper than the deepest man. That's on David Smith there. He had that in-between caught in no man's land.
1st down, Ponte Vedra. Get a snap. Fake the case. No, they give the case, and he runs into the wall. Might have gotten a yard or 2 on that play.
Brian Case with the run. 2nd down.
Yeah, big 4th down conversion there. Something that really gets some more momentum going to Ponte Vedra here. They're going to look to try to take care of their height advantages here in the red zone and see if they can put a couple 50-50 balls up in the air.
Under 10 minutes to play here in a 9-point game. 28-19 Fleming. Get a snap. Good protection. Pocket holds. Price will roll out, trying to find somebody in the flat, and does. And he stepped out.
So it's only going to get
like that was Tizzi again.
Only going to get a minor gain here instead of a significant 1st down gaining play. So it's going to set up a 3rd medium, 3rd and long.
3rd down. Ball just across the 15, right at the 14-yard line. Spread the formation out, 3 to the left. Checks at the sidelines. Tizzi's on the near side in single coverage. We get a snap, they'll fake. Price trying to take it himself. He weaves through the tacklers, does not get a 1st down. Going to spot him just shy of the 10. Clock running, approaching 9 minutes.
A lot of hands on hips here for the Fleming Island defense. They're starting to get a little bit gassed here. And then in comes the bigger offensive lineman and tight ends to kick this extra point, or to kick this field goal here and try to get this game a little bit more manageable for Ponte Vedra.
Cut the lead to 6. Noah Ash can put this through the uprights. Under 9 to play.
Wind picking up just a bit here.
Snap is a little low, kick is up, and it looks like that sailed through the uprights, and it did.
Excellent hold by the quarterback there. Quarterback doing double duty. Drew Price there had to pick up that extra point, or pick up that botched snap, get that into the right spot, and that field goal is a really big, important marker here for how this 4th quarter is going to go.
8:44 to go in the ball game. 28-22.
Sponsored and put
Ponte
on by
Vedra
local churches and
has not
partnerships
led
with
this
fellowship of
entire
Christian athletes
contest
has been
tonight.
canceled
It's
for
been
tonight,
Fleming Island.
but rescheduled for next Friday,
So
October
Broughton will
4th.
get the
Post
ball
game.
again on offense
Clay
with
County
a
fifth
chance
quarter will
to
be
extend
October
that
4th,
lead, and this is
next
very
Friday
crucial for
evening.
Fleming Island right now. 2 things. 1, you got to take some time off the clock. extend this drive as long as you can. And 2,
Fifth quarter will
get
take
in the
place
end
in
zone.
Christchurch,
Field goal
right
doesn't
across
hurt
the
you,
street
but you definitely want to get in the
Fleming
end zone and try to put the nail in the coffin on this one.
It would be huge. It'd be huge for the morale of the team, the momentum of the game. You've given up a couple mistakes here. You want to make sure that you're playing good, clean, consistent football. And the number one thing is don't give up some stupid penalties here, because you have this game in a very winnable position right now.
Ash will line up to kick this away. Cruz and Bernie back deep. Boy, wouldn't it be great to see Trice Bernie run a kickback. Not going to get the chance on this one and go into the end zone for a touchback. 80 yards to try for the Golden Eagles. 8:44 to go. Happy you're with us tonight on Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster, giving you Friday Night Lights on SSB, continuing the great tradition we've had over the past couple of years. Team is still here. New name, same team, same purpose, ssbjacks.com. Also want to shout out Mr. Chubby's over there around the corner at Fleming Island. Have to remind them to adjust their YouTube channel if they haven't already. Another proud friend and good partner of Sunshine State Broadcasting. 4 wide. Broughton pump fakes, gets out of trouble, gets up a couple of yards, makes a smart play, just gets what he's going to get, a couple of yards, gets down to the turf, bring up second down.
For a few yards. Second down, Fleming Island.
Way to use his legs there. He's got a couple scrambles here, aborting plays that he could have pushed the ball downfield. It looks like his offensive line is giving him pretty decent protection, but just not finding the right lanes and open receivers to fit the ball into.
Second down and 6 from the 24.
Now, Ponte Vedra's playing a lot more conservative now with a 2 high safety look. They played the majority of the first half with 1 high.
Broughton gets a snap, gives to Jackson. Jackson will march up, get a couple more yards. Looks like he'll have enough for a first down right at the 30-yard line. That moves the sticks, and that's exactly what you need to do at this point.
Well, that's the chess match of it. If you play 2 high safeties, it's easier to run the ball. If you play 1 high safety, those big plays become available down the field.
Can't wait to see the stat sheet on this game after it's all said and done. How close Jackson gets to 200 yards if he doesn't break it tonight. That'll be the first time we've seen him rush for 200 yards on our cameras ever.
Oh, they're keeping that light box. This is a pretty easy play call here. You know, you can't keep up with 5 offensive linemen in a stone-powered running back.
Braun will give to Jackson again, running downhill. About 7 or 8 yards on that one. If you can do that for the next couple of plays, put it in the books.
Well, you're going to continue to run the ball until they make a schematic adjustment here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Just shy of the 40-yard line. Eagle Band 1 is absolutely having a riot over there. They are up to no good with the a cappella version of Outcast. 2nd and 3 now from the 38. Broughton with a snap. Looking, throws into the flat. That's a nice screen pass to Bernie. I'm sorry, that's Jackson on the screen.
With the reception
It's the first time I think we've seen him catch a pass this game. First down, Fleming Island.
All right, looking down inside of 6:30 here. This drive has taken plenty of time off the clock here. A score, a touchdown here, and a nice amount of time off the clock could be a very much so deciding factor for this one.
Ball sits at the 49-yard line, first down. Get a snap. Broughton steps back, trying to pass. He's got a catch, and that is Damiano DeSteno. And he'll have enough for another Golden Eagle first down.
Pass is complete to Damiano DeSteno.
Looks like we're going to have an offensive lineman down for the Golden Eagles. Didn't get a number there, but it's a tough one.
Comes at 6:01 here. And I'm not sure if the officials will go ahead and consider this the mandatory water break or not. We're right about that point. But we'll take time out for the injured player. Again, next week here on SSB, we'll be back here at Randy Warren Stadium for a visit from a familiar foe in Creekside as they'll take on Fleming Island. Then after that, we have a very rare Thursday night football special for you. On October the 10th, we're back to district play here at the Rock as Beachside will be in town to face these Fleming Island Golden Eagles. Another pivotal district matchup between some really good teams in the area. Again, you can find our full schedule on ssbjacks.com and check out where Friday Night Lights will be in your neck of the woods. Have a couple of games here at Fleming, a couple more at Orange Park, and have one game that we have open on the schedule right now that we're looking to fill. Try to bounce around and see if maybe we can swing to another school in the area before we get right down to those district finales.
We got Easton Isabel there, the injured player, but he's getting off on his own power. Looks like he's putting his helmet back on as antsy to get back in.
Again, the clock is stopped right now at 6:01 in a 28-22 ball game right now. Fleming Island in the lead, trying to chip away at this clock, maybe put one more score on the board and send it away. Try to move to 2-0 in the district, 3-2 overall. Again, lots of football to get to be played here. Clock now moving. Golden Eagles will take their time at the line of scrimmage. Get a snap, Jackson will run up the middle, and they have not found an answer to Demir Jackson all night. Stop him at the 35.
So they've been keeping this too high shell, and now all of a sudden blitz a safety off the edge, and this was a perfect play call for that because they run a quick hitter up the middle, and not only do you not have enough guys in the box, you have a safety that could have been your game-saving tackler away from the play trying to come off the edge as you rush up the middle.
2nd down and 2 from the 35. And at this point, if you're Fleming Island, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jackson will stay in the pistol. Pressure coming in. They try to run blitz. Jackson runs by it. Manages to get just about to the original line of scrimmage there. Clock is still running under 5 minutes. So Ponte Vedra calls the blitz successfully. It slows it down there.
So we got a couple fans in the stands that realize the stakes that are here, and they're trying to run the ball. We even have people calling out, they're selling out for the blitz, they're selling out for the blitz. They're blitzing their safeties, they're rushing their linebackers, they're doing everything they can to try to get to the backfield first.
4.5 minutes to go. Three wide, and they'll give to Jackson again. He might have not, no he didn't. Got about 1.5 yards. They're gonna stop him right at the 35, and Ponte Vedra gets a stop. Clock is running, and now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player.
This will be Stephen Franklin. Slow to get up.
But yeah, they do stop it because he was on the turf not long after the dead ball. So he comes off, brings up 4th down. So you're kind of in no man's land right now. You could punt to flip the field, but you're just about outside of Parker Sertivan's range. But the most important part for Ponte Vedra, at least, is that the clock stops with the injury. And that's kind of not what Fleming Island wanted to see at this point. They wanted that clock to run under 4 minutes.
So I'm trying to determine whether this is a punt or a field goal try. It looks like it's going to be a punt for Fleming Island. Now this becomes very worth it if you can pin this inside the 10-yard line. So look at the Gunners, number 5 and number 9 here. They need to have a great outing here, high effort.
Good snap. Sertivan gets plenty of air on this. They'll get the fair catch, and he does. So they do pin him back inside the 10-yard line. Good punt and catch, good coverage. Comes at 3:53 to go.
You know how I feel about my punt coverage. I want to make sure in key situations you get high effort. You need those high effort plays on down distances just like that one.
So now they'll take the official timeout here for the water break, 3:53 to go. In a 28-22 ball game. Quickly reset for you. Ponte Vedra only has 2 timeouts after using one very early in the half. Fleming Island has all 3.
We want to thank all of our sponsors.
Sebastian Broughton and Demir Jackson, I think, in my opinion, are probably a dead heat for player of the game tonight on the offensive side of the ball. Not that Trace Burney hadn't done wonderful things tonight himself. He's also had a couple of great receptions. But Broughton has done what he needed to do to marshal the troops. Demir Jackson, and again, we don't have the official stats on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is approaching 200 yards tonight on the ground. At least he's well over 150.
Yeah, to me it would be Jackson. Jackson has physically established this game. I don't think Sebastian Broughton has produced as a down-the-field thrower necessarily in this contest, and that Jackson run has always been there.
First down for Ponte Vedra. They'll do a quick flip there, student body to the right, and then
Jose Reyes, that's what I'm talking about.
Give the Torito a little bit of shock there. He'll pop him in there for about a yard gain.
Reyes got his state championship ring for track and field as well. A multi-sport athlete that's really explosive, playing a lot of snaps here for Fleming Island. So good job from Reyes.
Under 3.5 to play. Second down and 9 from the 9. We get a snap. Price scans, got that one-on-one coverage, and what a catch. Oh, my goodness.
Spectacular grab.
Cam Tietze with the leap and grab right into the breadbasket, and a huge first down for Ponte Vedra.
That in and of itself will give Ponte Vedra some momentum. Bring them out of this offensive slump that they've been in. Now they're looking to try to build on that and get this drive going.
They'll go tempo. 3:14 when the clock was stopped. He was actually out of bounds. Shoots it out to the side, and that was an, oh no!
Tough day for Donaldson. He's been thrown out quite a bit and had an opportunity there to get an interception, if not a pick six, just to see it slip out of his hands. So a day he'd like to forget, but there's still more football to be played. And if you know Ponte Vedra's going to lean on what they did in their preseason scouting, their pregame scouting, it is not the last time he's going to be thrown at.
Donaldson had managed to catch that and stay on his feet. He was dancing into the end zone. That was definitely a pick six. But nonetheless, second down and 10. Price will get a snap, give to Case. Tries the left side, gets a hole, can't bring him down.
And Case falls in bounds. This will be a temporary stoppage of clock, not a full stoppage of clock. So as soon as this ball is spotted, clock will wind.
3 minutes to go.
That was a big mistake there by senior running back. Needs to know he needs to be out of bounds.
That was kind of a delayed tackle too. The ankle trip up goofed up his momentum a little bit. Price drops back to pass, throws in the flat, that's caught.
Out of bounds, guy, out of bounds. Temporary stoppage of clock, need to get on the ball.
Case, first down, short.
Case catches that in the flat, 2:35 to go.
Well, 2 plays in a row, you find yourself less than a yard away from the sideline. The priorities there is not getting the first down, it's stopping the clock.
Clock winds now, approaching 2.5. First and 10 from the 42. They're in Fleming Island territory. Get a snap. Price throws. That one might be incomplete. Yep.
There you go. That's a win from Donaldson. Way to go, kid. Nicely done.
Second down, start.
Stops the clock with 2:16 to go.
Yeah, they feel very confident in that sideline throw there, so having that be a incompletion on first down, allowing this Fleming Eagle team to set their sights on the quarterback, pin back their ears, and rush the passer.
Second and 10 from the 42.
They're a very quiet game from Van Hoff. Hopefully you see him here.
Get a snap, give to Case up the middle. He breaks some tackles, crosses the 30. Stays in bounds, gets a first down, stops the clock temporarily with 2:10.
All right, if I'm Ponte Vedra, I still want to be on the ball pretty quickly here.
At what point, if you're Fleming Island, do you consider using some defensive timeouts here?
Uncovered receiver in the slot.
Clock winding now, 2 minutes to go. 6-point game.
All right, Fleming Island addresses.
Drops back. Tries that one-on-one ball again, and Corey Allen wisely kind of uses the sideline to his benefit there and forces the receiver out of bounds.
In the scouting world, we call that understanding of leverage. The sideline and the safety is your friend. Whether you squeeze him to one side or squeeze him to the other, you don't want him to run straight up the numbers. Excellent job squeezing to the sideline.
2nd down and 10 from the 28. 1:50 to go.
We got a ball game, BP.
We've been waiting for a good one. Price gives the case. Tries to test the middle of the field again, gets a couple of yards, stays in bounds, clock running, 1:45 and counting. 3rd down. Those of you watching on YouTube might want to have somebody bring you the beverage, because if you leave this game, you're going to miss something. 3rd down now.
All right, we're looking at man-to-man coverage across the board here. Sebastian Cruz is going to be on number 3 for Ponte Vedra. That's the Doherty kid. It's been torching him.
Drops back, trying to find a receiver. Here comes the pressure. Reyes flushes him out of the pocket, and Price got out of bounds, fumbled the ball out of bounds, actually. It's going to stop the clock with 1:07. We'll have to see where the spot is. I don't think he got enough for a 1st down. He did not. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, must have stepped out pretty short there. They're not giving him the greatest of lines in the world here. It looks like it's going to be 4th and medium here. Have to go for it situation.
Crowd coming to their feet.
Yeah, it's Van Hoff, senior linebacker, leading the charge here, trying to pump up the crowd. Big 4th down.
Stop him here, you may finish him off. Timeout. Fleming Island. And I can't say I blame him. Go see what they're setting up and then figure it out on the next play. Comes at 1:07 to go. It's Fleming Island's first charge timeout of the half. Ponte Vedra also has 2 left. They need 4 yards to get a 1st down. Ball sits at the 22-yard line.
So normally in these situations, cooler heads prevail. As long as you're not going to play mistake football, you're going to be fine here. You got to play tight man-to-man coverage and no holding penalties, no offsides. Make sure you have everything all taken care of here.
Ponte Vedra's district opener was a close one. This one also a 1-possession game. So the Sharks have kind of lived and died by this so far. Fleming Island's first game in the district, not so much close.
Well, that beachside game for Ponte Vedra came down to the final possession for Ponte Vedra offensively and a field goal kick to win it. Now they don't have that luxury. They have to go for the score.
Again, special teams has kind of been the story. They had a blocked extra point earlier and a missed PAT for 2. That's why we're sitting at a 6-point deficit right now. Fleming Island's defense imploring their crowd to the feet. Noise on 4th down. 1:07 to go. Ball at the 22. Price gets a snap. Pressure from the outside. Single coverage. That's going to be caught. And it's a touchdown, Ponte Vedra.
That'll be Doherty versus Sebastian Cruz there. Cruz looking over, being a little bit greedy, staying in the middle of the field, trying to pick off the quarterback. And then all of a sudden, oh no, they're throwing to my zone, and it's their best player. They look into the corner, it's Doherty, feet dragging, touchdown, Ponte Vedra.
Ties the ball game at 28 apiece. There's a 1:01 on the clock. So still plenty of time for Fleming Island to mount a drive, maybe get in Sebastian Cruz's field goal range and kick to win it. Didn't I say something about that?
Well, if they can make sure that they get close. You know, Parker Sertiman's got an excellent leg. He's very accurate. He's had a couple misses and a couple botched punts and kicks today, but it's going to be on his shoulders.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the score is 29-28, Ponte Vedra. Fleming Island has 61 seconds and 2 timeouts to try to mount a game-winning drive.
All right, so in all of our time covering Fleming Island, their Golden Eagle football, one of their biggest Achilles heels has been game management, end-of-half management. So how are they going to use their remaining timeouts? What are they going to do to make sure that they have everything they need to drive the ball down the field here? We have Nate Van Hoff down on the field here. Looks like it might be a cramp based upon the stretch.
Luckily, this is coming off an offensive possession for Ponte Vedra. So Van Hoff will get a chance to stretch it out.
Getting some confirmation there. Fleming Island have 2 timeouts remaining here.
So I imagine with the way that the kicking has been going tonight, excuse me, that this will end up on the 20.
Now, if I'm Ponte Vedra, I'm going to be kicking this to Sebastian Cruz and trying to play great kickoff coverage, because you can get this thing inside of 50 seconds if you kick this right. That's just eliminating another possibility of Sebastian Broughton bringing you down the field. As long as this is a good high arcing kick, I would keep this in the field of play.
So here we go. Noah Ash to kick. Sends it away. And that's going to get returned. No, actually did break the plane of the goal line.
I think the intent there was to have a returnable kick, but your kicker's just that good, it had to be a touchback. All right, we're looking at Sebastian Broughton here, a game-winning drive, reminiscent of that Mandarin drive we had a couple of years ago.
Oh, man.
This is not his first rodeo of game-winning, game-tying drives.
I can't remember that game. It was late September or October, but it was right about over the halfway point of the season where we saw that. Could we have the drive 2 tonight?
Receivers out here for Fleming Island will be Pashada. We'll have Gentry. We'll have Bernie. And Desteno.
First down. Broughton looks to pass. Caught. Nice grab. Out of bounds right away. Pachada, sure-handed. First down across the 30. Stops the clock with 56 seconds.
Exactly what you're looking for there. You're getting this too high safety look here. I would not abandon the run game here. All it takes is Jackson to pop one long play. I don't think that's off the table here.
No, I think your whole offense is open. First and 10 from the 33. Broughton drops back, pocket holds. He's got time, scrambles out. What a block. Oh my goodness, and it was legal. Broughton is going to run downfield. He needs to get out of bounds.
All right, you have
That'll stop the clock temporarily.
2 timeouts here. Don't need to call a timeout. You need to get on the ball, make sure you call a decent play here, potentially take a shot downfield. This should be a one-word play, in and out. Here you go, right on the ball. Go, go, go. You're moving the offense. Let's go, guys.
35 seconds. Get a snap. Broughton throws in the flat, incomplete. Stops the clock with 27 seconds to go.
All right, so that's a middle-of-the-field passing play on a need-to-have-it quick shot down. You have multitudes of different options, whether it be the go ball, whether it be the quick hitch. There's plenty of quick hitter things that you can get to the line quickly. You burn almost 25 seconds there of game clock.
Yeah, that was huge. Second down and 10, ball at the 49. They're in plus territory.
All right, now I would think that running the ball with Jackson is off the table.
Drops back, looks, throws, caught right there.
Inbounds.
Inbounds,
Clock
so they're going to take
winds.
the timeout. 21 seconds. We're going to have a debate as to how much time is left, but we'll get an official call on that one. The clock currently stopped at 18 seconds. Fleming Island did get the charge timeout. They're resetting the game clock to 21. So
all right, we're looking at
3 extra seconds on the clock.
We're looking at 1 timeout here. We're looking at about between 15 yards, preferably, of where you'd want to be for a game-winning field goal. His ideal range is about the 20-yard line. That's where he's made his most consistent field goals. He has made one from the 30, but I wouldn't count on that as a 100%er, especially the way he's been kicking tonight. If you get to the 30-yard line, I'd still consider the Hail Mary option.
It's second down and short. so they can get a first down, stop the clock. But at this point, every yard will matter.
And your most effective chunk play has been the Sebastian Broughton scramble, so I'm sure that Ponte Vedra is going to cue in on the possibility of a quarterback run here. You need one of your most athletic players staying stride for stride with Sebastian Broughton.
I wouldn't doubt if they're going to put a spy on him real quick.
Yeah, maybe it's your slot receiver, whoever it is, whoever's quick and fast enough to mirror him in space.
Correction, it's now third down. Off the timeout.
They will have no such player mirroring him on the field right now.
Jackson comes out in the flat. They get it to him in the flat. That's caught.
Out of bounds,
First
Jackson.
down.
Out
He's
of
going to
bounds,
get across
Jackson.
the 25 to the 20. He's going to go for more, and he is definitely in field goal range now as they shove him out of bounds. The clock stops with 12 seconds.
Let's go. What a play. Demir Jackson there, middle of the field. Gets the ball, gets to the sideline, and that screen pass finds the daylight, makes a tackle miss, gets out of bounds. First down, Golden Eagles. A fantastic opportunity here to kick your game-winning field goal.
So now, you got 12 seconds and a timeout. You don't want to do anything silly. You can't turn the ball over, no penalty. And the best thing you got to do at this point is give Sertivan a little center job there, try to get it in the middle of the field and let him kick it to win it. Stoppage of play. Ponte Vedra is going to take their second charge timeout. Comes with 12 seconds to go. Again, to reset. Fleming Island led for the vast majority of this game. Down 6 points. Ponte Vedra comes to the fourth quarter, scores late, takes a 1-point lead. Fleming Island has had the only turnover recovery tonight. They recovered a fumble. We've had a missed Sertivan field goal at greater distance than this earlier. This is definitely within his range for sure, but
you know high school football, that snap, hold, and kick is a little bit more easier said than done. So let's see if they can try to punch something in here in this critical down and distance here. They still have a timeout in their back pocket, if I'm not mistaken. So everything, including the Demir Jackson run, back on the table, and hoping that they find ways to attack the edges here. They're a little bit light on the outside for Ponte Vedra, so they might decide to do a bit more of this power run game here down the stretch.
first and goal. 12 seconds to go. Each team does have a timeout remaining. Ball sits at the 4-yard line. 1-point game. Ponte Vedra with the lead. Get a snap. Broughton centers it up. Right to the middle of the field. That's all you need to do. They'll call a timeout. And that was probably the wise thing to do, is not really get too much yardage. Just get it right down the middle. Give Sertivan that wide upright to kick it through and notch up district win number 2. It's all going to ride on this play. And yes, it's second down with 7 seconds. No timeouts left. You got to kick it.
Yeah, there's a couple of players pleading for one more play. I'm not taking one more play. This is the sake of the win or loss of the game. The highest percentage one is going to be the glorified extra point that they're about to kick here.
Yes, at this point, just kick it and take it to win if you get it. No more showmanship. You've proven that you can hang with these guys tonight. This has been an outstanding football game.
And I mean, I'm looking around this stadium. You know, this is a packed house with excellent seating. There's not one button seats anywhere around here. This is going to be standing room only, staring at this this goalpost, hoping that goes through the wickets.
Parker Sertivan lines up for a game-winning field goal. There are 7 seconds on the clock. Need I remind you? Ponte Vedra will call another timeout. They will try to put Sertivan on ice here.
Let him think about it a little bit. Let it stew. Let it marinate. Are you sure you want to make this kick?
Sertivan out there going through his paces. That would be Ponte Vedra's last timeout.
It's like swinging a golf club. All right, just don't swing it like I do.
Just drive it through. Just drive it through.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in.
We had Caden on a mission to get some other high school scores for us, but this is far too exciting.
Yeah, this is way better than those.
So check us out on social media tonight, and I'll have score recaps from games around the area, including games played earlier this week due to the schedule changing. But I'm pretty sure if Sertivan makes this kick, this crowd is going to go nuts. Remember, Fleming Island was winless in district play for 2 seasons, and they won their first district game against Orange Park 2 weeks ago. A win tonight puts them in command in 5A District 3.
And fitting the hold of Sebastian Broughton.
All comes down to this. Snap is good, hold is up, kick is up. It's good! Parker Sertivan puts on 3, 31-29. 4 seconds left to go in the game, and I imagine he's not going to kick this one in the end zone at all.
Oh, I imagine he's not going to sleep for a week. This guy is going to be so pumped. Oh, wow. Well, the kick of his life right there. It might have been the easiest one, but just to see it go through, the rush of relief that has to go over this kid. Oh, great
Still
job.
got to kick this away and run the clock out. So all hands on deck of the kick coverage. I imagine Coach Cipoletti's going to tell him to squib this, give it to a nutback, and put him on the turf with no time on the clock.
Yeah, I'm keeping this in the field of play, most definitely. You know, you got to watch out for the pitchy woo-woo. You know, a little bit of the razzle-dazzle, throwing these laterals behind the line of line of the ball carrier, so that you can pitch and continue to expand on a play. But it's a lot lower percentage than throwing the ball down the field.
4 ticks of the clock.
All right, hopefully you have your absolute best tacklers on the field out here for Fleming Island. Looks like they do. I see a lot of Nate Van Hoff. I see a little David Smith. I see Arian Witt. I see Allen. A bunch of great defensive players out here. Your starters out here on special teams.
Boy, is this going to set up some district matchups later in the season that are going to be hot, hot, hot. And we're going to have a lot of that here on SSB. Sertivan sends it out. And that goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, that guy was just too jazzed. Sertivan had too much adrenaline running through his veins after kicking that go-ahead field goal. He just blasts that one out of the back of the end zone. The trajectory was so low, I don't think that was his intent.
So if you're Fleming Island at this point, everything in front of you. Don't let anything get behind you. Now, they've been doing that single receiver all night long, making some success on it. They can't stop the clock. So this is going to be Hail Mary full of grace.
All right,
Make sure that ball doesn't land in their place. My goodness. Back it up, they say. Van Hoff telling everybody, get deep.
We got one key substitution in here. Trace Burney is coming as the deepest safety. They're taking off a defensive lineman and putting him as the extra middle of the field safety.
Golden Eagles will rush 3. Price will drop back. They're going to throw it underneath. Here comes the lateral game. Hook and laterals all day long. Fleming Island's going to get that one. He's going to fumble, and that's the game, everybody.
There's Nate
Your
Van
Fleming
Hoff.
Island Golden Eagles are 2-0 in the district and 3-2 overall. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back and recap it right here on SSB.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
SSB, Friday Night Lights on SSB. And I tell you what, David, we had
Having
one heck
served
of a
Clay
game
County
tonight.
for 18
Probably
years,
the best
Worldwide
game that we've
Automotive
had
is
on our
bringing
cameras in a while here. Fleming Island getting the 31-29 victory tonight over Ponte Vedra, a very tough district opponent. That puts Fleming Island at 2-0 in district play right now, and they're in the catbird seat for the moment.
Absolutely. This game had everything. It was offensive performances, pressure on the quarterback. It had some special teams miscues, but it had a hard-fought contest down to the wire there. Really proud of Sebastian Broughton, the way he led his team down the field there, and Jackson being the player of the game for sure. Absolutely stud performance from him, catching the ball out of the backfield, running it himself. I thought that he was dominant, strong, and really showed a different dimension to this Golden Eagle offense.
Yeah, he was my offensive player of the game. That reception late in the game to set up the assertive and field goal was what sealed it for me tonight. Broughton had another great game. He got out of pressure a couple of times, a couple of key first down runs. I like the way he marshaled the offense tonight. It wasn't jittery. He wasn't out of control the entire time. Everybody knew their task. Everybody did their job. Also, shout out to the defense tonight for Fleming Island. They played particularly well, putting a very good Ponte Vedra team who runs the ball just as much, but also has a great passing attack. I mean, we saw that in and of itself with some of those downfield throws. So the defense playing lockdown, bend, don't break. Yeah, they gave up 29 points tonight, but they gave them up against a really good team and managed to finish the job. And that's what matters in high school football. It doesn't necessarily have to look pretty. You just have to finish the job and get on the right side of the win column.
Absolutely. We talked about Brian Case in the pregame show being a factor for this Ponte Vedra offense as a bigger, stronger running back. Something that Fleming Island has struggled to do in the past was stop the interior run game of bigger, stronger opponents. And they did today. That was the next step in their defensive development, was taking care of things that they know is coming. And you knew the interior run was coming, and you stop it. Fantastic job.
Absolutely. It's a great job all around. Fleming Island will come out of district next week. They'll play Creekside in a game that will matter for the longer standings, but we'll take a break from district play. Beachside will be coming the week after that, so they'll go back to district play. Ponte Vedra moves on. They still have a lot to play for and a tightly contested race. Middleburg has yet to play in the district. That'll change very soon as we get down the stretch. It's going to be a fun second half of the season, David.
Really tightly contested, tight standings. Love to see it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to some great football as we close it out. For David Wells, Garrett Bindford on the camera, Courtney Wallace, our producer, Caden running stats and doing some spotting for us. This is BP. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves and each other tonight. And remember, look out for those who are impacted by Hurricane Helene, and take care of those neighbors all around you in the state of Florida. So long, everybody.